Hello, everybody. Hello, welcome to Stargazer Sports on this beautiful Saturday evening. So excited to have everybody who is here with us in the chat. It's a lot of y'all. I'm gonna try to shout some of y'all out. T Smooth, Boss, my favorite boss, my main man boss. Thank you, boss. Wee Woo. Shout out to everybody, T Smooth. So glad to see everybody here in the chat. Um, I know it'll be more people coming in here, but y'all know before we get started to please like the stream, like it on my channel, Stargazer Sports, like it on Lou's channel, Lou's Takes, and like it on Coach Marv's channel, which is Coach Marv Real Talk. Is that right, Coach? Can you hear
That's
me?
it.
Coach, you can hear me? Okay, yeah,
Coach
that's
Marv
it.
Real
Okay,
Talk.
so everybody
Yeah.
please like the stream on each and every one of our channels. Please also share and please subscribe. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels if you haven't already. Um we need and appreciate you guys' love and support. But we are super excited. Well, first of all, let me stop being rude. Lou, how you doing?
I'm blessed and highly favored. Been a long week, long work week, long cowboy week. I'm so glad for more football is tomorrow. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Fall is back.
I know it's been long. It's been long. Coach, how you doing, Coach?
I'm doing good. I'm really doing good, man. I'm like Lou, man. I'm tired of all these politic things, man. Just get some football, some pass clacking, man. Then we can, build this thing but this talking and soap opera stuff is like a red carpet atmosphere.
Exactly. I agree with that, Coach. And it's Soap Opera 365 says that controversy is good, and our 80-year-old owner says he knows how to stir it up. He said if it's slow, he knows how to stir it up. So unfortunately, a lot of these narratives that swirl around our team is because our owner is doing things to put forth these narratives. So it's an unfortunate situation for us Cowboys fans, but a lot of us, like Coach, was a fan before Jerry. He gonna be a fan after Jerry. And unfortunately, Lou and I, we was not fans before Jerry. We was not born yet, but we still are Cowboys fans, and we hope to live longer than Jerry, considering he's 80 and we're 30 and in our 20s. So, but anyway, today we got an important topic to talk about. It's been a lot of chatter around our 2023 first round draft pick, MAZI Smith. It's like every day either he's being called the bust or he doesn't, all these narratives, he don't love football, he's lazy, he should be cut. That's the craziest thing that I've heard
yeah.
recently. What do you guys think about the narrative surrounding Mozzie?
Um, yeah. I mean, I'm exhausted because I've been fighting them like what all season, all off season. Yeah, it's just really interesting for me of like some of my favorite people take a certain stance on it. Since I got into this content creation thing and know how the algorithm works, I'm starting to see now when something is a low hanging fruit, when something is quote unquote feeding a monster, and how easy somebody can feed it. But it's being independent creators, we gotta feel this energy. Film is out there. You know what I'm saying? The tape is out there, like everybody said. So we can go out, show our work, and come to a conclusion and explain our mindset of coming to that conclusion, and that should be how it is. And I know how Cowboy Nation is. I showed some film in there and everything like that's had a whole hour work, and somebody will still come to my comments and be like, "Well, he still sucked." I'm like, "All right, bro, I can't help you." But I shout out to all the independent creators like we got in here that are this is for we are important, in these situations because these players, like a player like MAZI, who has been given all these expectations, he needs us to actually reveal it because no one would reveal it. No one, the average fan, don't care about the trenches. That's why my motto. First blame, last congratulated. The only time they talk about the big guys in there is when we're doing wrong. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's so easy to kick him while he's down. So when it's time to show it, everybody like, oh no, well, half the people don't even know what they're looking at to begin with, as we can see been happening in the last couple of days. But I digress. I'm here to fight for MAZI, man.
All right, Coach, what you think about Mama Lou in the house? Hey, Mama Lou.
Shout out,
we
Mama.
appreciate Mama Lou. But Coach, what do you think about the narrative surrounding MAZI?
It's something, y'all. When I see the narrative about MAZI, I go back to two things. When MAZI first came in, remember they had a question that he said he was going through some mental. And it seems like, then, just like with that, the media says, let's jump on this guy. But let's talk what MAZI has gone through. People forget, nobody talks about this. His rookie year, MAZI hurt his shoulder. He had a rotator cuff problem in his rookie year that he played the whole rest of the year. He thought it was going to get better. He had surgery. Yeah, he had surgery here, and anybody knows from a defensive line aspect, when you have shoulder surgery, it takes you more than when they say you're ready to go until you can get your full strength back. So his first part of the year, he was just getting started, and we saw him get better at the end of the year because now he's full strength again when he gets to the end of the year. Same thing happened with Tank when he had his shoulder pain. Same thing happened with all these guys. A defensive line with your shoulder injuries, you just don't come back and say, okay, I'm ready to go. Right. So when he started playing better, nobody talks about how he played injured or played through injuries. What I'm worried about now is when we get so much stuff on him, are we killing the confidence of this guy to just do good things? Everybody thinks in the Cowboy land, if you get drafted by the Dallas Cowboy, that you're supposed to be an all-pro player. I don't care if you get drafted in the 7th round, they think you're supposed to be an all-pro player. Right? But
let's talk about it.
All number one draft picks would not turn out to be all-pro. But he could be solid at his game.
Position.
I point out, and I goes back, y'all say y'all go back, I go back to Russell Merrill. Russell Merrill was the first pick in the draft.
Yes, that's what
never made a Pro Bowl.
Yes, I remember from the 90s. Yes,
but you know why? One of the reasons why he made, because Russell Merrill had bad injuries with his feet for the longest, and he played hurt, but he never made a Pro Bowler. But he was great at him in elite basis, and that was good enough for the Cowboys to do very good. But we're asking MAZI to be Aaron Donald. He's never going to be Aaron Donald. He may never be Carter from Philadelphia, but he could be
Jalen Carter from Philadelphia.
Jalen Carter, but he could be very good here, and he showed that in the last 7 games of the last 5 or 6 games of the season. And against the Eagles, we have to think about it. Against the Eagles, big runs in the second half of the Eagles game, the second Eagle game. If you take away those explosive runs he had, I think he had 2 or 3. We hold Barker under 100 yards in 2 games. Because the first game that was one of the games he didn't get 100 yards.
Right.
Yeah, so we get on, we start hopping on things, and I think I said this one time before. When we talk about the run game, and that's why we talk about MAZI, is a lot of these people out here who are Cowboy fans, they like the canned answers. And what I mean by the canned answer is, if you hear run game, the first thing you say, oh, must be defensive tackles.
Right, Coach. Okay, Coach, I gotta stop you because you getting into all my time. I'm like, Coach is gonna get into all my time, and he gonna address it right here. Okay, but okay, so first I wanted to show because Coach, you talked about how we talk about these narratives on MAZI, and when I saw this, shout out to John Machota. John Machota is Cowboys insider. I think he works for the what's it called, the Atlantic, I think. Yeah. So, great beat reporter. I follow him and get a lot of news from him. So, this is what MAZI said about his play versus the Rams. He said, "I just didn't do anything. You got to do something. I'm a first round pick. There are expectations and all that. This is my third year." When I saw that quote, I said, "That's not." First of all, it sounded like what these narratives that you hear on Twitter. That's what it sounded like. It sounded like he was repeating verbatim what everybody says about him on Twitter. He doesn't do anything because they just look at the box score and they're like 0, 0, 0, 1 tackle. So they're like, he doesn't do anything. He's a first round pick. He's supposed to be, getting sacks and tackles for loss and all that type of stuff. So he's a bust. That's what they say. They say that MAZI is a bust. But before I get into, did y'all have anything to say about what y'all thought when y'all saw that quote?
Yeah, I got a love-hate relationship. I love that he's holding himself to a high regard. I hate that it sounds like there's an inner voice in him, and it's the narrative that everyone keeps spewing that's lazy. Like it's spewing and it's making him play wrong because like your position. And I hope MAZI watches. MAZI, your position is unselfish. Your position is not counted by stats. I don't care what anybody say. I will argue with them to the end of the grave. You feel me? Because that's
right. His position. Say that again, Lou. His position.
It's not counted by stats.
Not counted by stats. And I'm gonna prove that. But keep talking.
Because I hate it because everyone compares MAZI to the high end D tackle play and say, ooh, look, he do it. Because it's lazy. Oh, we're comparing him to Dexter Lawrence. Oh, we're comparing him to Quentin Williams. Oh, we're comparing them to Justin Simmons. It's a lazy thing. MAZI is here to take up double teams. That is not a stat. That's not even an advanced stat. If somebody's counting that, if PFF is counting that, 9 times out of 10 they're wrong. That's why I don't trust their grades because they don't know what the hell they're looking at either. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The whole point of MAZI is to eat up double teams to keep the linebackers clean. That is it. If he does that and makes the play, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna end with this. I just put out a short. Like MAZI, the 1 tech and the 3 tech position is the equivalent to the center and power forward position in the NBA. A great defensive player in the NBA, a great defensive center, doesn't get blocks. Rudy Gobert, sure, he's always at the top of the league with blocks, but you know what makes Rudy Gobert great? It's called rim deterrence, not rim protection, rim deterrence. That means he's making people think twice of coming to the hole. That's MAZI's effect. Run deterrence, making people. That's what makes Vita Vea so great. When we played him versus in that playoff game, we ran the ball 3 times, and Vita Vea said, "You gonna try it again?" And we were like,
"No,
go ahead, Dad. That's
not towards you." Yeah,
that's deterrence. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
right.
Yeah.
So you're saying that in this scheme, because I want to talk a little bit about Eberflus's scheme, because in Zimmer's scheme last year, Zimmer said at the beginning of the year, their their role or their job, I guess, what they're supposed to be doing is taking on the double teams, taking up blocks, and allowing the linebackers to run free and do their jobs, be clean and do their jobs. But he also said toward the end of the season that the reason why they started seeing the uptick, like Coach said, like the second half of the season, you start seeing an uptick in MAZI play, you start seeing an uptick in Osa's play. And Zim was saying that's because they started making them be more of an attack front, basically get upfield. And then now with Eberflus's scheme, we're hearing that the deep tackles are supposed to get upfield. So can we, what is Eberflus's scheme? Is it a 3-4, a 4-3? or is it a hybrid type of scheme? And explain what a 3-4 and a 4-3 is too. Go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, let me say what MAZI when he made that comment. I wanted to make a point about when he made that comment. One, he needs to stop. He needs to get off social media. He needs to stop reading all what everybody's saying, because he sounds just like you said. Start just like the comments have been saying. Two, when I coach players, he only has one person he needs to make happy, and that's Matt Eagleflus. Everybody else is null and void. What everybody else says about his stats, if Matt Eagleflus nods his head and said, "Good job, you did what you're supposed to do on that play," don't worry about what nobody else says. Do your job and do what you asked him to do. Third thing, the leaders on this defense, if he's doing his job as we watch film and it's not that bad, they got to step. They're the leaders of the defense. They should come in and get people off his butt. That's their job. If they watch film and he's doing what he's supposed to do, the leaders of this defense need to step in and take that heat off of him. That's what you're a leader. That's first you're gonna be a coach, but the leaders on this team need to do it because they understand football and understand what he's supposed to do.
Right.
The other thing when we talk about and going into what you talk about with the 3-4 and 4-3 and what happened. If you think about it, Zimmer playing, yes, he was taking on double teams. But let me ask you the question about this. Y'all nobody talks about this. How often was the whole defense together in Zimmer when he was here? Backer was out 2 or 3 games. We had the Marcus Lawrence out for a whole season. We had the rookie who was playing well, 9-4 out. MAZI was out of shape at the beginning of the season. He couldn't even go a certain amount of plays because he was out of shape because he was coming off the shoulder surgery and he didn't work out like he's supposed to. So he was out of shape. You had a lot of moving parts, and then you're playing with 2 rookie linebackers at that time. So you're not going to play well. They didn't really learn the scheme until probably the end of the year.
Right.
So again, in this defense, MAZI ain't gonna have no gaps because he's gonna get double team regardless. Luke can take again the gaps, but he's gonna have to take double team blocks on him. But if he can do his job and not worry about what everybody's saying, that's why I'm worried. When I said it earlier, I'm worried about the confidence in him. Because when I heard that statement, what else he supposed to say? He's in a bad situation. When somebody asks him, if he says, "I'm doing my job," he understands people will get on his case. So he gonna say what they want him to say about, "I ain't doing my job." But when you say that, you kill your confidence. And one thing about this football game, if you don't have no confidence, you dead in the water.
You did in the water.
Coach is right. So to answer your question, what is Eberflus's scheme? We're gonna go to X's and O's real quick. I think it will always be 4-3 principles. Even though so when we're out there, I think when Mike is gonna be out there, he's gonna be classified as a linebacker sometimes, but he's gonna be on the line. So it's gonna be 4-3 principles, even though people want to say it's a 3-4. It's not going to be a 3-4 because we're not going to have you need a 0 to be a 3-4.
To be a 3-4. And when you say a 0, what does that mean? What's a 0 versus a 1 tick?
0 means we're a head up over the center, and he's always 2-gapping no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Like he's got to play forward, like he got to play vertical and lateral. Like you got to be able to, knife. That's why Dexter Lawrence is so great.
Right.
He is so good. He's gonna make that New York defense so good because he can play lateral. Like he's athletic enough, be a dancing bear to cover from B gap to B gap and get upfield. But I think it's gonna be 4-3 because and I'm gonna love it. I've been telling people, me and Coach been preaching it. People were fighting me on it. I kept saying that Flus is going to play Micah as a linebacker, that Sam backer or that Jack backer when he's lined up, and sometimes he may bag off in the coverage, but I'm telling you right now, Flus is playing like a gap centered defense, so like everyone's gonna be able to fire through a gap. So if Micah is retreating back, best believe somebody is coming to replace his gap. You know what I'm saying? Or we may be stunning over to his gap. So it's gonna be a 4-3. Like Principal defense.
You know, you're gonna see Star.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna see Dan Quinn's defense on steroids. They're gonna play it just how Dan Quinn played.
That's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm thinking. I think it's like Dan Quinn.
Yeah, a lot of players. Dan Quinn played more players on defense than any coach I've seen. He played, I don't know how many players on defense. This is what the depth that you're gonna play. They're gonna play a lot of guys on defense. They're gonna try to chase you down. But the only thing about this, if you remember Dan Quinn's defense, we had times that we played very good run defense in the early part. But I think somewhere down the line, I think we got caught up in the likes of the hype about sacking and getting out the quarterback.
Yeah.
When your players get that,
coach.
Yeah, when your players get that, when your players get in your head, I'm just giving y'all the psyche of coaching. When your players get that in their head, when they don't feel that either running the ball on offense or stopping the run is paramount or what we need, what's exciting people, then they start waiting on somebody else to stop the run, and they don't stop the run. And then after a while, it hurts them, and you start giving them big plays because you're trying to get to the pass, but you're really not focused on stopping the run. So I think we're going to see Dan Quinn's defense, and Micah is going to, just like Luke said, Micah, me and him talked about Micah doing all those things, but this might be a later topic. Those ideas are going to window because Micah's not practicing. You ain't going to get it. If he goes all the way to training camp, we're going to scrap that for the whole year because you can't get ready for that. In a year. He had to get these reps now because now you just said right now he's only a pass rusher. He's not even going to play the run well because he ain't had no time in pass to get those calluses like Schottenheimer said.
Like Shotty said. Yeah. And that's the one thing I feel like, you know, these when we talked earlier in the show about Jerry saying this is a soap opera 365, this is what the type of stuff that hurts your players, because when a player has to miss camp and you wait till 2 weeks, the day of, and all this type of weird, goofy stuff to pay your players, then you're expecting them to come out and be all pro. Like, that's not, you know, it's gonna take a while. Just like CD and Dak, the first half of the season they were completely off. I don't think CD and Dak ever really got in sync like they were in 2023 before Dak went down. And that had a lot to do with CD missed a whole camp. What'd you say, Coach?
He went in shape. CD went in shape.
He wasn't in shape.
Was a little heavy coming back.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I said he was a little heavy because when you're training on your own and you're not dealing with grown men moving around, that's a get you in shape itself. Just dealing with people.
Right.
But he was a little heavy because sometimes when you're training on your own, you get a little heavy and you don't get into that game type shape, that what I call that greyhound type shape yet. And it's hard to do when the season starts. Everybody don't understand. When the season starts, the hard practices are over. They're trying to rest up to get ready for games. Mm-hmm. I think people don't understand. When the season starts, you know how many padded practice you get the rest of the year? 11.
Wow.
You get 11 times you get in full pads the rest of the year when the season starts.
Right.
So that means there is no more hitting.
No more hitting.
No more real wide open stuff in practice for the whole rest of the year. So if you don't get in the training camp, you're already behind.
Right. You're
behind.
Is why, and that's what the soap opera thing, and I think Jerry knows that. Jerry knows that you got to work to get better. But, you know,
I don't think he cares.
It's about...
That's why. Like, I mean, when people say,
some of the things he said, I think it's on set.
Yeah, like that's why when people say, "Oh, it's not number one," I don't think Jerry care about winning at all. Because when you do care about winning, you won't do some of the things
to sabotage winning.
Like the amount of pressure. See, you just look at the coaches as workers that you're paying, not knowing that, dog, you're putting your defense in their third defense of change in 3 years. Every rep out there matters. That's why I'm mad at Shoddy for what he said to Jesse Holly, even though people love what he said. No, every rep matters right now.
Right.
Ain't no damn hiding of the scheme. There's nothing to hide schematically.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
we are here to get better and better than the day before. We are not here
wasting
to
snaps.
evaluate one person. When he said I'm evaluating the quarterback, man, it wasn't an evaluation for you. It was an evaluation for us. And this is why I get on Cowboy Nation so much. That was him playing that quarterback. And I know we're talking about defense, but I'm just talking about us not valuing every rep of preseason right now. This is crucial. Even in every level of football, every rep of scrimmage, we do what we do. We rep out what we're trying to hone in for every year, because people talking about we're not trying to open the whole playbook. Dog, when we go into a game, first of all, you don't use your whole playbook in every game. We shrink it down to the tendency of the team.
Right, the playbook.
You miss me with that. Why are we not? If you're truly a running coach, why are you over here flexing your runs? Let's rep it out right now, because that's what we're gonna be doing 1,000 plays of every year. We need to be doing it right now. There is no handling. I'm sorry, Shoddy. The perfect pitching. I'm sorry, Shoddy. If you hiring a damn trip set tight crack toss, we've seen it before. They've seen it before. These defensive coordinators get paid millions. You think they ain't seen that shit before? Only thing you can probably be hiding if you got a Taysom Hill package. 65% of your playbook has been seen before. What are you hiding it for?
But what do you? And don't they say this shit every year? We hide and play. We always think they hide and play, so we be like,
miss me with
into
that.
the season, where to play.
We need to be ripping it out. Cause we gonna get to Philly. All these teams. First of all,
we're supposed to be building for Philly, but you talking about. Yeah, it was the game. This man said it was the game plan to air it out with Joe, because we're trying to evaluate Joe. Look, but you said we're supposed to be a physical team, so why wouldn't we try to be establishing the run, opposed to I'm gonna establish Joe, who is a backup quarterback? That's why I got this picture up here, because that doesn't even make logical sense to me. And when stuff stops making football sense, you know who's usually involved?
We know the one who don't understand football. I agree. You know what I'm saying? You over here in 2 wide threes on the goal line. People talking about Lou, he not gonna show his real defense in the preseason.
Like that doesn't even the alignment. That's what I'm.
We're talking about alignment, Star.
Alignment. Like, why would you have the guys aligned like that? Like a lot of, and that's the problem that we had with Dan Quinn's defense, is that a big problem we had with Dan Quinn's defense is that the alignment was weird. Like, you have DT, and then the players, we found out at the end of the year, the players were in control of the stunts. So we would be stunting on rundowns where the DTs, we pulling them out the middle and just doing weird stuff. But it was like always like, if you're going to have your alignment like that, how are you expecting to stop the run when you have, it's just clear that this is not a run front. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you're running pass fronts against the run and trying to stop the run. That's just not even realistic. Lou, you showed it where they were in a run, and it was like basically it was a pass front where Donovan Ezeraku was having to come way across the formation.
I mean, we got caught in the stunt. We was just out there calling anything. And salute to Henny, but that's my dog, man. He said you can prevent them from catching on your tendencies and not the plays themselves. Look, here's my thing with that. Your tendencies are your tendencies. Let me
respond to that.
Yeah, you go ahead. Okay. Let me coach you. Yeah. Go ahead, coach. No, go ahead.
Go ahead, coach. Go ahead.
I understand. He right about the tendencies, but let me tell you something. I heard a defensive player. I heard Warren Sapp say this, and heard another defensive player, Hall of Famer, say this. You know, the fastest adapting organism in the world. Know what that is? An NFL defense.
No.
They can adapt on the fly from a series until they get to the sideline, and they can adapt. One thing about Tennessee, these coaches that have already, whoever the offensive coordinator, Schottenheimer, the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach, when you go out there and you're evaluating the coaches, they have already got the books on all their coaches, and they already know what their tendency. They already got the read on them, and teams are not going to go away from what they have done with. That may be a couple of wrinkles they do here and there, but I'm defending Shadi on this because I kind of understand where he was coming from on this, but I also want y'all to understand it's not about tricking people when you get to this level, when you get to good on good. It's about what he said earlier when he first came and he said what he wanted to see. It's execution. If we think you're going to trick somebody, you think you're going to trick somebody and we going to come up with something that they're not ready, it's a big trick play that we're going to do. It's not there. I had a conversation with a guy that he was a great John Madden football player, gamer. Right?
Right.
And he done been in tournaments. He said, man, when you get into tournaments, when you get good on, you gonna trick nobody. It's about who can handle the stick because the other guy's gonna be ready for whatever you try to do. So it's about how you execute the play. It's gonna make sure that it's successful or not. But so Schottenheimer with this, I kind of back up with all this hype because he played a lot of nobody from the first and second string played. So a lot of these guys were young. It's the first time that they were the coaches, the first time the players were the coaches, the first game setting. So a lot of the defenses they was in was not created for situational. It was saying, if I call it, run it. They probably had no checks going on. There was no checks on the offense. Probably was no checks on the defense. That's understandable. It's like, and let's see how you adapt to get out of it. Because I'm not going to make it perfect for you because we're trying to see how you react. Then when you go back and look at it, it's a lot better than what you think. And then some stuff is bad. But I think it was a lot of positive out of there. And I think we have found, again, some guys, diamonds in the rough, that's going to be people they ain't going to know nothing about, that's going to be very helpful to this football team.
And Coach said it, the key word. This is why we're mad about it. And this is why he can miss me with the X's and O's. I think people think I'm trying to get Shotty to, go out there and swing and gate and have, three or go out there in the overload, which means you have like 6 linemen to one side of the formation and give that away. No, I want you to rep what you're good at. Execute the basics.
Yeah.
This is basketball. The most basic play in basketball, and I hate keep going back to the sport, is a pick and roll. But why some of the best teams in the league, you know what's going to happen. The big is going to come screen, and he's either going to drop, he's either going to pop, or it's the same play, but the execution of said players is what makes it so dangerous. Makes
it different.
And we're not going to hide that at any level, at any game. You know why? Because we can execute it to it's not
a top level.
The gidgy gadgety OCs that make it far in this league. Ask your boy who's the head coach of the Bears right now. His ass wanted to get gidgy gadgety with Washington and got gidgy gadgety out the damn playoffs. You know what I'm saying? It's about execution. Can we run a damn zone right to perfection? Can we step in unison? Can we pass off our double teams? Can my running back make the correct read every time? Because here's the gidgy gadgety part. Everyone has it. It's wrinkles to that. When you're executing so long, coach might say, "Hey, come here. We're gonna put an RP on top of this, okay? Because that Mike, he's biting every time. That's the gidgy gadgety part. It's called adapting on the fly. That's where the coaching really comes in. But we have to get the bases right first. Get the bases right done first. If we're not doing that, what are we? What are we doing?
I agree with that, and I think that go ahead.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
You gotta say something. Do y'all remember when Schottenheimer talked about the practice with the Rams and how he got upset? But he got upset with the Rams. Know why he got upset with the Rams? Because they went in there at this practice session, and I'm quite sure he was like, "We're gonna run basic stuff, defenses. You're gonna be defense. We're gonna run stuff off, and we're gonna see if we get our plays done and get execution." Rams come out there and they start doing run blitzes. Rams come out there, they start doing blitzes just about 90% of the time. Remember they said this. Schottenheimer gets mad and starts throwing bombs because we ain't supposed to throw bombs. But see, it took over him saying, hey, I can't get the work I'm trying to get in with basics because you coming here doing all this.
Y'all are run blitzing. That coach, you spoke about that. That's what I said. Yeah, I said our practice, when we did that Rams practice, it looked like, to me, it looked like McVay set Shotty up. Like, it's like they talked and they were like, hey, this is what we're going to do. Like you said, coach, we just going to run this basic stuff. We trying to get a feel of it. And then McVay came in there trying to basically like embarrass us. You know what I'm saying? Like they was on a totally different time. Even when it came from, I feel like even the blindside hits and all of that type of stuff, like it felt like the energy of the physicality, I felt like was different because of what they went into the practice, basically went into the practice, the mindset. You get what I'm saying?
They just further along in it. That's a team that's been, it's just a team that's been ripping the basics.
Together. They're at two different levels. You know, it was the second week of practice. Their install is probably a day and a half, because you're installing the same stuff you've been installing since he's been there. So they're installed there at a different level. So they came into practice, even though you discuss, and see, this is what he got mad about. We discussed this. When we scrimmaging, it's a discussion with coaches about what we're going to do. Now, when you start going a little farther than what we said we're going to do, then I got a problem with it. But McVay team was at a different level. So when we watch this preseason game, we have to understand this is a coach that had this team for 10 years. This is a coach that's putting a new culture in 2 weeks. There's going to be a difference between 10 years and 2 weeks.
That's fair. Right. That's fair. I see. I mean, and that's why I like a difference of opinion, because I was like, it just felt like. Now, I don't agree with everybody that we just got out physical. I think toward the end of practice, we started seeing, better run fits on both sides of the ball and stuff like that. But I do think that you could clearly tell that there was a difference, now
like the O-line is the biggest one. Like in that game when they were run blitzing, funny enough, the O-line could have blocked it up. You can block up a run blitz.
Right.
It's just right now. Pick your head up now, rookie. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I got on. I was breaking down. You can get gashed actually on a run
with a run blitz.
You can get gashed bad. You know what I'm saying? You got to be you got to time it up perfectly.
You compromise the level of defense. You compromise yourself. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. You leaving them exposed.
So defense, you got 3 levels.
That's why it's important, Shotty.
We run blitz.
That's why it's important, Shotty. You run your. You good?
Got the link going over here.
You good? You run your basic plays. Now, you know why? Because we need to rep it out with our guys so we can be able to run it versus rain, sleet, or snow, metaphorically.
Right. That's why we want to run, and that's exactly what Henny's comment is saying. We did run the ball very, very well. And sorry, guys, we kind of got off topic. I'm gonna get us back on topic, but we did run the ball very, very well, and all the backs look good. Now I know my guy Deuce only got 2 carries.
Right.
I don't know what that was about. I guess because he just came back from injury, so they were just like, we got to keep him. But if he don't get more carries this game, that's not looking good. But even when his limited carries, he looked good. Mafa looked good. Malik Davis looked good. And I attributed a lot of that, honestly, to, the backs. But I feel like if all the backs look good, something got to be going well up front. You know what I'm saying? And Lou, you was breaking down how we were like looking good with the duo blocks and stuff like that. So it looked like we did start trying to perfect. I just hate that the game plan was not to run. We only ran because Shotty needed to calm Joe down because he was not looking good. That's the only reason why we started running. If Joe was coming out there hitting and blazing, we wouldn't have run the ball. Go ahead, coach.
It's another reason we didn't run the ball a whole ton. Man, this has been they had a tough training camp. You wasn't going to run Deuce. He just came off a hamstring. You're not trying to lose him. You're not going to stress him And that's like that's really doing a disservice to him to stress him on the first time he got back. He been there 2 days.
Yeah,
You're doing a disservice to Davis, of Malik Davis. He just got signed 2 days ago. If you go out there and give him 15, 20 carries, that's a disservice to a guy, man. So you gave him 7, 8 carries, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know if Marv is bruised up. He done had some nicks. You have no other running backs. So
that's true. We did have you right, Coach.
When you don't give them 100,000 carries
you right, Coach.
for this game, man, you can't just go out and say, "Oh, we're gonna start off running, and then at the end of the game we're gonna run them again and run these guys out the league." I understand what y'all talking about, but you gotta have some measure of sanity. You can't just go out there and say, "Oh, you just got here yesterday, and we're gonna put you in the NFL game and run you 20 times."
Well, that's meant. See, coaches.
Oh, you got a bad hamstring. We're gonna run.
I want to run 20 times. I just wanted.
Right.
I didn't see complimentary football on the offense. I didn't see offensive complimentary.
Right. We didn't see that. I didn't see that till. Yeah, I think basically we ended up getting him. I feel like it's almost a miracle that Joe didn't look as great, because even though the game plan wasn't to get, a lot of runs in, I feel like we did get a lot of runs in, and that is helping our offensive line build cohesion and chemistry and different things like that. But I want to pivot, because I feel like we said a lot about this. So I want to pivot to my next question, because we supposed to be talking about the run defense and all that type of stuff. So I got way out, but it's okay. But I want to pivot to my next question. And I'm going to start with you, Coach Marv. Is it on Osa and Micah to stop the run, or are they only here to pass rush? Because when I say we just paid Osa X amount of dollars, and we're looking to pay Micah, I believe he's going to get paid when, I don't know, but I believe he's going to get paid. We're looking to make him the highest paid non-quarterback in the league. So I'm like, when you pay these men, do they have any responsibility to stop the run? Because I don't really ever see clips of Osa getting pushed. I don't really ever see clips of Osa, if he gets double teamed and he's on the ground. I don't really see clips of Micah if he's losing contain. I never really see clips of those people, but anytime MAZI makes a mistake, it seems like he's always clipped and picked apart. And nobody clips his good plays, only his bad plays. So I want to know, as leader, I consider Micah and Osa the leaders of the defense. There are other leaders, but I consider Micah and Osa the leaders of the defense. So is it on Osa and Micah to help stop the run? Or when we paid them to pass rush and that's just it? You know what I'm saying? So we can't, they can help, but it's not really on them to stop it.
Well, yeah. Let me be real frank with this, and a lot of people get upset with me. If you're gonna pay Micah the pass rush, go ahead and trade him. Because I need a because this here, he could be a pass rusher, but if he's not a complete defensive end, he's gonna hurt you more than getting 15 sacks in so-and-so pass plays, but he's gonna be allowed to be on the run. We had a guy named that got sacks for every team he was with. Double-digit sacks with Chicago. Next year, he was out of football because he was the worst defensive end otherwise in football. And there's a lot of other plays. Now, your question is, do we pay? It is their defense. They're the two top players on this defense. Something that's wrong with their defense. They are the one that should hold accountability and take it on their back to get it straightened out. Now, how you get it straightened out? You say that I'm going to be the best run defender, and I'm going to bring everybody else up to a accountability to stop the run. Chris Jones, I think I did a thing. Somebody posted Chris Jones.
I got that clip, Coach.
One of the players in.
Yeah. You want me to play it, Coach? I can play it.
What Chris Jones is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, play it. Because Chris Jones is the leader of the Kansas City defense. That's his defense. It's not nobody else's defense. It's Chris Jones' defense because he's the man.
Right. Okay, here it is.
So,
let me bring it up.
If he's the man, okay, go ahead and play it.
Hold on. Sorry, I gotta share my screen, y'all. Here we go. Okay, here we go. This is Chris Jones talking to George Karlaftis, their young star defensive end.
Oh yeah, let them know. I definitely will. I love how the coaches just sit there. Another Tuesday. I ain't thinking what.
Damn, I missed it. I missed football.
So
You know what he was saying, people?
mm-hmm.
Know how he started that off? He told him, I was 26 years old and I ain't never stopped on a drill. So he was telling him, saying, hey, you got to give me everything you got, because my defense, if it's something go wrong, I'm going to be the first person they talked about, because this is my defense. I'm holding everybody else accountable. So when it's a run problem with this defense, I need Micah and Osa to stand up and take accountability of that, because that's happening on their watch. This is their defense. And if we think as Cowboy fans that we're going to celebrate them pass rushing and not stopping the run, we're going to have more games like Buffalo. Because when we talk about we want to break down the field, we break down the field on Buffalo. They never ran up the middle. They ran right away from Tank all day long. And this is no getting on Michael Parsons, but his same ferocity when he had to rush the quarterback was not in the run game. He can't say this. He is a generational, could be a generational talent. Osa gets paid not just to go after the quarterback. They get paid to lead this defense. That is what they get paid for. That's what this coaching staff is going to look for them. They got to step up, and they got to be the Osa need to be the best 3-tech run guy in the league. Michael Parsons need to be the best defensive end run guy in the league. And I guarantee you, those two guys are the best 3-tech and the best DN, the run defense is going to get better, because they're going to bring everybody else along. But if Micah doesn't do it, how can he ask Sam Williams to do it? If Micah doesn't do it, how can he ask somebody else not to do it? If Osa doesn't do it, how can he tell MAZI to do something? And you get paid way more than me, but you're not doing it. Leadership, man, is a big thing, and those teams would need to take the leadership, just like Chris Jones did. Chris Jones got on one of their best players in practice, and guess what? When he got on his case, Chris Jones stepped into the same drill and went to work. He didn't step on it. He didn't say it from the outside the drill. He said it and got right in the drill to go to work. And guess what? Nobody else said a word. And guess what Kalafis did? He put his helmet on.
He put his helmet
and went to work.
right
He
back.
didn't say a word, but he went to work.
Didn't say nothing. What you think about that?
So I'm gonna say this: how I feel about Osa and Micah and stopping the run. And Bosco probably gonna get mad. This is how I wanted, and we should have felt with Luka playing defense. We know you may not like have the ability to be as dominant as as some of the best, but your commitment to it, will ring, waves into this defense. And
right.
I think it's the mindset of Micah. Like, I had to get on him on Twitter. He's like, "Oh, let's just get sacks." And no, Micah.
No.
This is why these goofy. And I know you shouldn't be focused on narratives, but there's truth in some of these talking. Like, when you don't get sacks in the playoffs, yeah, that's a lazy narrative people come up with. But it is to a degree true.
It is
because
true.
Because you know why you don't get sacks? Because people don't let you get sacks in the playoffs. Because you need to start cherishing your sacks. Like, they don't come often. You want to get into that NASCAR and that blazing stance
NASCAR package.
You need to earn that right on first and second down.
Yep.
Get them in third and long, so you can get predictable, and then you do that. You and Osa have the ability to be more than what you are. You know what I'm saying? And you can ring raves. Now, here's where I disagree. I think when it comes to, and just naturally in football, all position groups, when it comes to something, you're just not gonna treat it the same exact way. So, like, we're talking about run stopping, but when it comes to pass rushing, I don't look for it at all from MAZI. That's a hierarchy thing. It's not even because of MAZI's ability. It's just his position.
Right.
All I want him to do is push the pocket.
Yeah.
On the opposite side, when it comes to run blocking, I want my receivers to run block, because that shows that we're a physical team. But at the end of the day, there's a difference if the receiver misses their block and I miss my block. If the receiver misses block, we're not getting an extra 15 yards. If I miss my block, we're not getting off the line of scrimmage. You see what I'm saying? I'm saying MAZI is a vital force because he's in the middle, and it's important to establish. When you think of trenches, MAZI being in there, head over the center, and occupying 2 people, 3 people at the same time, that needs to be him. And with a committed mindset from Micah and Osa, not just trying to go out there and get sacks, they need to be reinforcements to MAZI. Their play can be inspiration to MAZI. But if they're just worried about getting their sacks, MAZI he's on an island and he thinks this is all on him. You know what I'm saying? When in reality, that's not Eberflus's defense, as we clearly see. Everyone is shooting the gap. Matter of fact, he wants everybody, that's normal football, everybody, all 11, to be on the front lines when it comes to defending the run. Yeah. So everyone, we can't just be flying by and just ripping through, losing integrity on our damn lanes and shit. No, we need to retrace our steps some bit, because if we maintain our gap, we may do our best job to keep a linebacker free, or keep an alley defender free, or keep a nickel corner free. You know what I'm saying? So, all in all, yes, they have a very important part, but I do think MAZI because that's what his position group entails. It is a hierarchy to it. If MAZI doesn't stop the run, MAZI's role in stopping the run is preventing the levees from breaking. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If the middle is going, the whole thing is going. But it is on Micah and Osa to have that mindset to shift from that. Actually, you want stats, Osa and MAZI and sacks? Go get me some TFLs. Have that mindset.
Yeah, go get some TFLs. I think, and what you guys are talking about, and so. Yeah, I understand that there is a hierarchy. I agree with what you said and what Coach Marv said. And Coach Marv, what you're saying is along the lines of what Flukes is saying right here, is that the key to a good run defense is teamwork. It's not just the inside guys. It's not just the outside guys. It's everybody. To have an elite run defense, it's going to take everybody. One of my mentors, Coach Rob Marinelli, who used to be our DC here, used to say, no house guests. And that's true. That starts with, we'll be a good tackling team when our corners can tackle. That's important, because all the schemes nowadays make your corners tackle. Our guys will be a good tackling bunch. We work on that daily. So when you look at what Eberflus is saying, is that, and I'm putting it back, is that no, it's not. Obviously, MAZI as a defensive tackle, he has an integral part to the run game, but everybody has an integral part to the run game, because depending on where teams are attacking you. And so I took the liberty. I said, let me go look at the teams. I didn't put Saquon on here because I forgot. I think he may have had 100 yards on us in the second game, but I remember in the first game he didn't have 100 yards, so I didn't put him on here.
You still could have did it, because like I said, like they were trying to get the record with him. They was like,
right? They were trying. So I didn't put it on here, guys. I can pull it up from Next Gen Stats, but I did pull up a lot of other backs that went off on us, like Alvin Kamara, Derrick Henry, all these people. So I pulled up their charts from Next Gen Stats. And so when we look at Alvin Kamara's chart, when he tore us up, and let me take this banner off because I don't need it right now. Where is it? Yeah, when we look at Alvin Kamara, what do y'all notice about most of Alvin Kamara's runs? So yes, go ahead.
Yeah, they was definitely going after the corners. The corners had to be better at tackling in
Right.
that Saints game.
They're going after the corners, right?
It's better than tackling. And another thing, it's not all just corners. I think we yes, the corner was not attacking the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
I think in the live stream, and I think Luke and remember I said this about this defense we got now. This defense is all about when you got an attacking defensive line that's getting up in the gaps. This defense and how it's going to be good in the run game is all predicated on how your safeties, your corners, and your linebackers attack the line of scrimmage. When they see it, they go. If they wait, it's going to make this, when you got people attacking and your second level is waiting, it is a gap. If they see it, they got to go and get away underneath the combo block. If they attack and their go, it's going to be hard to combo, or you can't even stay that long with the double team, which is going to help the defensive lineman. If they wait, like I seen a little bit last week, and they attack and they don't make tackles.
Talk about you, Damon Clark.
We're going to look at the defensive line and say the defensive line is horrible, but this defense has been horrible because our safeties have been playing like when they played great. When Curse was got his money, when Donovan Wilson, the year before they got their money, they was top of the list. They were killing the run game, and they was up in the line of scrimmage. They started playing worse. The run defense suffered. The run defense is a product of the commitment of 11 guys dedicated to having a sound run game. The defensive line just do the dirty work, but the dogs are these safeties, corners, and linebackers to clean it all up. If they can't clean it up, you can mess it up, but if you ain't got nobody to clean it up, it's still a long run.
Right, still a long run. And that happened to us a lot last year. Like that big run that it was at MAZI when the Ravens double teamed him at the gap.
Yeah.
But nobody talked about how Donovan Wilson was in Donovan Wilson was in somebody else's gap. And that seems to be happening. People jumping out of their gaps into other people's gaps. And now it's a big run. But see, all we do is look at, MAZI, look, he got double T. It's like, I'm sorry, there was a whole line of defense. They're supposed to be run support. The safeties are supposed to help. The linebackers are supposed to help. So if they're not going to be help clean up, then it's still going to be your big run when it should have only been maybe like 5 yards. You know what I'm saying? But now it's a touchdown.
But that's why, I know that is true. With the reinforcement, that's why when you get uprooted like that, when you getting and that happened in the second half, like Jay told you in his past. That's why when you're getting uprooted like that in the O line, it's
just coming at you.
It's the equivalent of what's the when the snow falling down from a mountain. It's an avalanche. It's an avalanche.
I can feel that it's an avalanche because
I cut my teeth. I did defense coordinator longer than I did head coach, and listen. Any long run over 50, 60 yards, if they get even dominated on line of scrimmage, it's still a problem because we got 3 levels of guys that the guy should never get out the box for 60 yards.
Right.
When you get a guy that gets out the box and don't even be touched, that means you got some people on that defense that was not dedicated on that play to stop
in the wrong gap.
And guess what?
Wrong gap.
One thing I can tell you about this Cowboy Nation, and I think is a big problem with our team and our players. We get so much on people and harping on people like MAZI, Dak, and all that people start hiding behind the curtain. And what we need to do is, when we see a run play, let's evaluate everybody on the defense that play, and let's point out everybody that didn't do their job. And he might have got blown out, but who picked up for him? When he got blown out, he ain't the only person lost. It was some more people that lost too. So
facts, and that's what we're trying to. That's what all we're trying to explain is that MAZI is an integral part to the run. But when we look at where these teams attacked us last year, Alvin Kamara, this is his run chart. right? So there are runs up the middle, but you can see longest runs is to the outside. Then you look at Derrick Henry. You know what I'm saying? He had that big run up the middle, but look at how many big runs he had to the outside. When you look at David Montgomery, who's not even, I don't even know. I'm like, how is David Montgomery's chart to the outside? I'm like, he's not even that type of back. But when you see how these teams are attacking us, this is what Bijan did to us. Tore us up on the outside. And then you look at what Joe Mixon. Yeah. So it's like these teams. So it's like these teams. We are getting attacked, guys. The film is out, and these teams aren't just going straight at us down our throats. Yes, they do get big runs. They have gotten big runs up the middle. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to say that no teams got big runs up the middle, but I'm saying there's a common trend to these charts, and we're looking at the charts, and they're all on the outside, which means that the film is out that our corners don't like to tackle, our linebackers don't like to tackle, and that our edges cannot keep contained. So if everybody, in order to stop that, right, like nobody's gonna talk about that. Like if it's a power toss or outside zone, MAZI can chase it down. It's like we could all chase it. MAZI can chase it down from backside, but if a runner's going away from him. Right, and that's what this show's about. Is it all on MAZI? Because when we look at how we're getting attacked, we're not even getting attacked just straight up the middle over and over again. Even this past Rams game, I didn't pull up the charts. I don't know if they do that for preseason, but even this past Rams game, a lot of power tosses, a lot of outside zone, a lot of, play action off of the outside zone and all this type of stuff. So it's like, it's not now when MAZI got out of the game, they saw Jay Toia as food, and they just went straight down our throats. So yes.
Hey, Star, let me give you how I used to judge the run game, and I got this from some college coaches when we judge our defense performance against a run game. We take out the biggest carry, right, by a running back. We take that out the picture. So if he got a 60-yard game, we take that out. We take out any runs that came from quarterback because they count those as runs when they scramble and they run. We take those out. Then we judge the rest of the runs, and then we get what we call a real average yards per carry. That, if you take these big runs, you get 2 or 3 30-yard, 40-yard runs, then it messes up the run yard per carry, and the quarterback get out and here and this and that. That hurts our running. So I take out the quarterback runs, we take out the longest run by a running back, and then we get what we're finding out with the Cowboys is when you're not a dedicated 11 guys to have a mentality to stop the run, you get lazy. And boom, there go that 60-yard run. Because you ain't mentally tough enough to say, the Ravens, let me tell you something. The Ravens got a mindset that you're not going to live and run the ball with us. And that's 11. That's 1 through everybody on that defense. And they don't care what it is. That's their mindset. Our mindset is we want to stop the run, but it is not like we got to stop the run. That's the same way we got to
stop the run.
We want to run the ball. We want to run the ball.
But we don't have to.
We don't have to. And if
we
you
don't
start
have
thinking
to
like
run.
that, now you're gonna play a non-physical, and what he's trying to change is his mindset of saying, hey, and even fools are trying to change that mindset of, hey man, we gotta be 100% invested 1 to 11 to stop the run, and that's MAZI and Micah has to be 100 invested first, and they're invested along because that's what leaders supposed to do. That's what leaders supposed to do.
Mm-hmm. Right, Coach. And you said MAZI and Osa, but you said MAZI and Micah, but he mean Osa and Micah. Like it's Osa and Micah.
That's what they got to do.
Yeah, as our leaders, and I like how we showed in the video. Like at some point, the coaches are supposed to continue to hold you accountable, 100%. But it's like, when is the players going to start holding the other players accountable, and when is the other players going to help make the guys around them better? You know what I'm saying?
That's gonna be my first task for for Micah once he get paid.
Right. Once he get paid, it's like Micah.
How can you? How can you inspire MAZI?
Right. How can he inspire MAZI? How can you unlock it? Because I'll be honest, when I remember when Micah was doing those practices in the off season, I never saw MAZI, and I'm like, where MAZI at?
Because they were working on pass rush and stuff. And they were like, "Where MAZI?" I'm like, "Man, look at them. They over here in pass. They're working
on get off the pass rush." And it's like, at what point, Micah, you're the leader, so you have to you are the leader, and you say you want to be a leader, and this is your defense now. You Tank gone, we got rid of his goofy ass, and so now it's your defense. Right. So now we need you to lead. We need you to be the difference maker on the defense. You know what I'm saying? And you can't just he just can't have that mindset. And I'm not saying he still had that mindset. But
Osa needs to Ty Church is right. Osa needs to be a better leader.
Yeah, because people talking about Solomon Thomas is the leader in that room, and I'm like,
by age,
but it's like, Osa, you should really be the leader in that DT room. It should be you and MAZI working together, not that Solomon Thomas got to put his arm around you and all this type of stuff. So, and it's not saying you got to be the rah leader, but we're talking about lead, show the way, lead by example.
That's your brother, man.
That's what I'm saying. So where
you line up and y'all go to war. That's your trench mate. You know what I'm saying? Damn the ends, they exterior. You know what I'm saying? They go around, they're around the horn. Yeah. You are in the depth of it.
Can I give Micah a word of advice? I hope he sees this. I hope somebody tells him about this. You want to be great.
Y'all tag Micah.
Just the first thing you need to do. Whenever you get a chance to get pads, whenever you get out there on the field, I want you to vow that if you try to block me with anything other than a big, and when I mean a guard, a tackle, a center, if you try to block me with a defensive end, a tight end, a running back, or a wide receiver, I'm going to eat them up like a lion. Y'all going to go back to the huddle and say, we can't do that no more. And doing that one thing would throw off blocking schemes, will make angles even harder because you got to say, man, we can't go inside with the tackle because we cannot put this tight end on Micah because he's going to dominate him. Now, we may talk about Tank like crazy, but any tight end try to block Tank, he destroyed me.
He did.
That's true. It's what you said, Coach. Tone setters.
That little thing right there make it better.
Yeah. And a perfect example of it, we saw it in the preseason game. Maris absolutely killed Blake Corum on the one play. And then everybody say, thank you, Maris. And then the very next play, they ran like a little, I think it was like a Texas route. Man, it's so hilarious. They were passing. Dude threw Blake the ball. He's don't throw me that. because Maris is right there behind her, and Maris said, "Listen, that's the example of a tone setter.
Setter.
That hit and that he remember that. It become footsteps.
That's what I'm saying. But it's like, and granted, Mike and Osa not playing, but those are the type of plays we want. You know, we want from the first play. You guys are the ones setting the tone. And you got to be the one to bring your brother along. So if you know there's some things that he needs to work on, then get with him and work on it. You know what I'm saying? He's a younger player. He's trying to develop. And there's been he's faced a lot of heat. You know what I'm saying? Osa, you didn't face his heat. People always liked Osa from the beginning. People always like Micah. So when it comes to MAZI, like, you know that's your brother. That's one thing that I want to see. Can you stand in the gap for your brother? Can you help him? Can you help him develop? You know what I'm saying? And granted, I think the possibility that they are doing that, because we did see Micah there, not this year, but last year, him and MAZI would go boxing and doing different stuff. So I'm not saying that Micah is not doing that with MAZI. I'm just reinforcing that we need to, see it more, if that makes sense.
But you know something? They got to do the Michael Jordan effect. Michael Jordan did not ask none of the role players to do nothing outside of what they're supposed to do, but he wanted them to do their role well. He didn't say, Luke Longley go out here and score 40 points. He said, set great screens, which you don't, if you don't set great screens and sacrifice yourself, you're not going to be in this league long. He asked all the role players to do their job, and he held them accountable to do their job and to do it well. This is where they can help MAZI at. They can't let MAZI go up there in front of that media and say, I'm not doing nothing. And he's doing, and when you watch film, he's doing his job, what he's supposed to
right.
do. They don't supposed to let him take
you
all
can't
this,
say that.
take all this heat for doing something outside the box. And then he started trying to do some stuff he can't do. And then he ended up messing up and making himself the defense, compromise the defense. Mm-hmm. So this when I said early on, they got to say, we are the leaders. This man is doing his job, but make sure that he's making the defense happy about his job, his role. In every role, we got enough players. We think we need somebody doing 4 or 5 roles. 2 or 3 roles, do that. Mm-hmm. Even the 2 or low, the rookie guy, I could get some out of him because I'm going to give him a role. I'm going to give him 10 plays. Do your role. He'll be all right. But if I say, man, I want you to do this, that, do other, then
emphasis on 10.
And that's
right, you're doing too much.
Osa just do, because they're going to be doing more than one role, but they can make guys do their role and take up for your guys. If they see MAZI doing his role in film study, right, and somebody come in and say, "Oh man," he said, "Don't worry about what MAZI doing. He's doing his job." And don't be afraid to point out
that will get people off MAZI back.
He's doing his job.
Yeah. And Michael will call, because Michael will call people out. So it's like you call people out, Michael, but also praise and big up. Well, I can't wait till he get paid, because I think that's when we're gonna really start seeing, because we already saw it in the off season, but I think in the actual games we'll see another level up. But just to reemphasize, I went through and I was like, let me go look at the nose tackles on the best defenses or run stopping defenses in the league. And when you look at the nose tackles, this is Keanu Benton. This is his stats.
Yeah.
Then you look at this Keanu Benton out of Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. Then you look. This is Jordan Davis's stats. Remember, Jordan Davis was a top 10 pick, right, or top 15?
I think. The other dude was I'm blanking on this. Say other dude.
Oh, Jalen Carter.
Jalen Carter. He was the top 10 pick.
Yeah, but Jordan Davis was like top 15. Yeah, he was drafted the year before. His third year, I mean, his 5th year option.
Yeah.
Right, but these are his stats. Then you go to Baltimore. This is Travis Jones' stats. Then you go to hold on, I didn't want to show that one yet. That's Dexter Lawrence. Then we go to here, and this is, I think his name is Mike Purcell. He's a journeyman, but this is the Chiefs defensive tackle. These are his stats. These are his career long stats. Mm-hmm. Then we go to, this is the guy we need to go get Reader. We need to go get
Reader.
We need to go get Reader. We need to go get Reader. Look at Reader's stats. We said we need DJ. I think his name is DJ Reader. I think. Is that his name?
Yeah, DJ Reader. Yeah.
We need DJ Reader. We need DJ Reader. Look at DJ Reader's stats. Then people talk about Vita Vea, right? Vita Vea is like one of the best nose tackles in the league. But when you look at Vita Vea's stats, when did Vita Vea start getting crazy stats?
Never.
And his most sacks in the year, he just got that in 2024. Right. Deterrence. Well, we look at his tackle for loss and his sacks, like he ain't never got no double-digit sacks. He had his best year this last year, 7 sacks. Now he got a higher tackle for loss, 10. And then we even look at, but I would say he kind of broke through year 4, because I mean that was his first Pro Bowl year. And then you look at our guy Dexter Lawrence, who we love him. He's the best nose tackle in the league. I don't care what nobody say. He's the best nose tackle in the league.
But they're in a 3-4 scheme. This is what happened when you the only nose.
Right.
Yeah.
But you still look at Dexter's stats, and it's like he just had an incredible year. He got 9 sacks, but 4.5, 2.5, 4, 7.5. So when we say like, and then you look at whose stats is this? This is MAZI stats.
Yep.
So when you look at MAZI stats, he's got a sack his rookie year, which y'all said he sucked, but he at least got a sack. Then he got a sack his second year, and then his tackles like double or triple. His solo like almost damn near triple. No, it's double. And then his tackles for loss. Like you want to see more, like maybe 4 more tackles for loss this year. Maybe he give you 2.5 sacks. But guys, when it comes to nose tackles, y'all just saw the best nose tackles in the league, or the nose tackles that are on the best run stopping defenses. They don't have stats like that.
Exactly.
So stats on the box score
They got other
does not mean that, or no stats does not mean they're trash. You can say MAZI, oh, look at his stats, he's trash, but look at everybody else's stats. Like,
I bet you they got some other players, got some other stuff on there. They got some other guys on there that's outstanding at the run. Let me tell you something else that I asked Cowboy fans need to do. And I did this too. I was talking to somebody the other day. They was talking about the same topic. And I said, and they were telling me about how the Cowboys, overhyping all that stuff. And I asked them a question. I said, you watch any other football? He said, no, I watch the Cowboy game. That's a problem with our Cowboy fans. And I think some of our content creators too.
Yeah, oh my God.
One team. And let me tell you, and what that can do to you. It can make you over-dramatize your own problems. And if you watch everybody, you be like, dog, you know something? Everybody got the same thing. People around the middle on them on that. And, you know something? They are playing a young guy on the defense. Oh, they got some problems just like we do. But we just watch our team only. We watch highlights of everybody else. We watch our team only. So when stuff happens to us, we think we the only team that need to go get a guy, that a guy can't play young, that they playing with this guy, that somebody else ain't doing something. You have to watch other teams play. When you watch Baltimore Ravens this weekend, watch their totality of their run defense. Watch how everybody stays square to the line of scrimmage. Watch how their linebackers attack the line of scrimmage. I don't care if it's the last screen linebacker that come out. Everybody has a mental, they go at it and they have a mental capacity to be a good run-stopping team. That's why historically, the same at the top of the list of run defense, because this built into them to say, we're not allowing this to happen.
We stop the run over here, and everybody knows how to stop.
We got to break that chain to get. That's right.
Somewhere,
because we don't feel like it's just like running the ball, dog. We get to a point when I hear the word commitment, people actually when it's a commitment to stop the run. Commitment is a tough word. Commitment means I'm going to stay dedicated to it when it goes bad. I'm going to fix it, and I believe it's going to work.
Yep.
It doesn't mean it goes bad and I say the hell with it. Don't get a stop a couple times, the hell with it. If people start running, go out against us, we don't stop a couple runs. You say the hell with it and let it get 60 yards.
It just gets out of control.
Yeah,
it just starts getting out of control.
And this is why what Coach saying, I'm gonna give y'all a little insight with certain these position groups in football. And it's okay if you don't know what you're looking at. Like I said, the trenches yeah, shout out to Boss. Coach, he tagged Micah.
Boss tagged Micah. Thank you, Boss. And Henny said Jordan Davis was he was 13. So
yeah, top 15. Yeah,
he was a top 15 pick. But go ahead, sorry, Lou.
When it's time for certain people to start evaluating like the inside, you can't put somebody's production in a box and say, "Oh, he's good and bad," because you're graded off perfection and impact. That's what certain you're gonna learn about that when certain positions in football. So when some people was like, why I ain't heard Booker name? Why I ain't heard Terrence Steele name? A great offensive lineman, you won't hear his name. That's how you know he's doing good. You won't hear his name.
You won't hear his name.
First blame, last congratulate. You won't hear his name. Pancakes don't come often. I love it, but it ain't often. You'll see more great blocks than a pancake. With defensive tackles, they got to come off, fire off the same exact way, do the same exact technique, the exact same way, and play their part. The ball may not even come their way. You know what I'm saying? And the production, they may not even see a sack. For a defensive tackle to get a sack, a lot has to go right. You know what I'm saying? A lot has to go right
has
for
to go
him.
right.
What he needs to do is just pushing a guy. So that's why shout out to Khalil. He's right. PFF and the grade. That's why I don't trust their grade. They don't know what they're looking at. Because MAZI pushing the pocket is a plus. It's a plus. It's a plus.
But they don't count that.
They don't count that because he didn't come off. He didn't get his hand up and he didn't do it. It's, you know what I'm saying? So like that, some of this stuff right here, man. Some of this stuff could not be lazily broken down, as we can see.
Right.
To really look at a player like MAZI, you're gonna have to look at all 60, maybe even 120 reps over 3 games to see MAZI, because he got to come off and be doing the same thing over and over again.
Right.
You can't be lazy.
Hey, Lou knows this, Star, and Lou you play offensive line, right, Lou?
Yep.
Yeah, I played offensive line. I'm gonna tell you something. When you face good run defenses and you play offensive line, know the worst feeling is when you double team a guy and put him in the dirt and we don't still gonna get no yards. Because we dominated this guy, but they so good, they didn't care about that.
We still didn't get no yards.
Stop the run regardless.
Wow.
Because when we two, they done too. When you get a team, you say,
Coach, I hate scrape
block. And you know what they used to say? You got him, but that's why I got teammates. You got me, but my boy got y'all.
Start. Coach. One thing I hated, it was a good scraping linebacker.
Stop crying about other guys.
Yep. Coach, and start. The one thing I hated when I played was a great scraping linebacker. You know what I'm saying? Like we trying to beat him. Like right here, 69. He trying to go up to I don't know who this Mike Backer is, but a great linebacker that's scraping. He ain't gonna let you touch him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not gonna get out there. Get that gap.
If you waiting,
you know what I'm saying?
You're attacking the defensive line, and your linebackers are waiting. That's you making the offensive line say, "Oh, he likes to wait." He's a linebacker that don't know how to read fast or process, like number 8.
So they start attacking you.
For us, he can't. Then that's why he. Yeah, that's why he get attacked.
He's like a basketball.
I told you.
Yeah, Jamon Clark, he can't process. If I got a linebacker that can process, by the time we come off the double team, he already at the hole.
Yes.
And that way,
he meeting me. I used to hate that.
That's why I try to tell you, it's 11 guys, people. It's 11 guys acting in a unit. They're helping each other out. Just because a guy get blocked doesn't mean his teammates still can't help him out by making a play and overdoing something else that they're supposed to do. But when we start crying about one guy on a run defense, which it takes more than one person to stop it, then we're making our team soft. Because we're giving them excuses.
We're giving them excuses.
I don't care if Marv get blocked. It's 10 other guys. What happened?
Exactly. What is everybody else doing? That's exactly. And so I asked the question, has MAZI grown since year one? What I got here playing is our game versus Philly in 2023, the second game that we played. And MAZI didn't get a lot of snaps here, but I want to show he's in the middle of the defense. Of course, he's not as big as number 95, but I want to show MAZI's film just because I think there's just a lot of narratives about MAZI that's just not true. And I feel like you can see it on the film and the way that he plays. MAZI plays like he does love football, or at least he loves to. He plays with his hair on fire. He's always chasing plays. Even when he did struggle his rookie year. This film is going to show him struggling. He struggled right there.
Yeah.
Landon Dickerson pushed him right out the gap. Like, he struggled right there. But even in MAZI's struggle, I don't see him in games give up. You're going to see in this game, he's talking trash to Landon Dickerson the whole time.
No, that's
go ahead.
See, like, bro, who's 14? Man,
that's Bell.
Bell was just Bell's not a natural linebacker. He's just firing on the first gap he see. You know what I'm saying? Not even reading the double team at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, like, and that's why it looks even. See, like right there.
He didn't have no linebacker coach. He didn't have
no
linebacker
this is
linebacker coach.
Who was the coach then? We forgot.
No,
this was
pause it.
the linebacker coach. What's his name? I forgot.
Scott
The guy that
McCurley.
got out-
Scott
McCurley.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he ain't had no linebacker coach.
It
I got
was-
that from straight from the locker room. Ain't nobody even talking to him. From the start of the season, nobody even said nothing to him. He was linebacker. I'm telling you straight up, none of them talked to him the whole season. That's why Micah ain't play linebacker, because he said he wasn't gonna play
They never
under that
mentioned
guy because he had no respect to that guy. So Bell was just playing linebacker off just football instincts alone. And you know how hard it is for a guy that's not a linebacker. Then he get in the position and he has to do it with nobody. Teach him how to do instincts of a linebacker. He's out there by himself, and then we mess up. Everybody talking about is how small he was. But if you watched him the whole year, it wasn't about his script. He just his steps and all that stuff were out of rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I just realized we got MAZI playing 3-tech here, but I love it because we got Hankins in the 1.
Yeah, we got Hankins in the 1. MAZI's playing a 3-tech here.
I don't mind it, but and then Osa was okay. I guess they was rotating, but
we was rotating.
It's gonna. MAZI is a very misunderstood player. People don't understand what is his role. What is he supposed to do?
What is he supposed to be doing?
Yeah, right. If the linebacker is able to come up, like I'm telling you how the combo works.
This was Gilly crazy game.
Okay. Oh, I remember that. Yeah. If the linebacker like. Well, this is a pass it down. You're not gonna be able to see it. But when linemen come up, we combo. We're calling out who we're comboing to. If the linebacker, if we don't get to the linebacker in time, the D tackle has done his job. You know what I'm saying? Because we're taught football is all about alignment, assignment, execution, beating your guy to the spot. That's all it's about. And if we don't beat these two guys to their spot, we have officially lost the rep. They can blow up the play. That's all it's about.
Yep.
And linemen have an argument. Linemen have arguments with linebackers all the time, because when you engage in a double team, it's 1,001, 1,002. You fighting this double team, and you go back and watch film. They double team you, and they get to the linebacker, and the linebacker still standing in the same spot.
Mm-hmm.
I done seen linemen and linebackers getting in fights over this. We double team. I'm fighting the double team winner, and when he comes off the block, you still standing in the same damn spot when the ball was snapped.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You don't see the players run? They double teaming me. Get out the way. I'm trying to hold this avalanche, but you ain't moving.
Yep.
That's the problem.
Shout out
Nobody,
Bobby.
but see, a lot of people don't look at
Who?
the ball and see it that
super
way.
chat. You got super chat.
That's how they look at it when they watching film.
No, I'm talking about the dude right here. He said, shout out Bobby Boys. I love y'all, but we're not being all the way honest with MAZI. He's very slow off the line of scrimmage and lacks strength and gets overpowered constantly on double teams. I want to direct you towards Okoye's film, because he will break that down.
Yeah, please go to Okoye's film. But we're watching. This is MAZI year 1.
This is his rookie year. Yeah,
this is his rookie year, and so I'm showing this to ask the question: has MAZI improved? So I want y'all to see. This is what MAZI looked like his rookie year versus the Eagles' offensive line, who was still probably top 5 at least offensive line in the league.
Yeah, this
is still his rookie year, guys. This is not his second year. Yes, this is his.
He got manhandled this game. Like Landon Dickerson is way much stronger than him right now.
Hey,
right?
Y'all, can I say something about his rookie year?
Yeah. Yes. Go ahead,
Coach. Back. I want everybody to go back and remember this. Players develop the same way that they develop in college. So if you knew anything about MAZI, you would know his freshman year in Michigan was horrible. His freshman year was horrible. His second year got even better. His third year got him drafted. So he didn't come out of high school and start dominating. And that's usually when guys develop like that in college. If you want to know how guys developing, that's why I said in the last thing me and Lou was watching, we did the show, I said, go back and look at how they developed in college, and you may get a mindset of saying, okay, this guy's a slow developer. He didn't do stuff right off the first year. It takes him, and he got better as year. And you cannot say MAZI hadn't gotten better each year from his first year.
From his first year. I mean, his stats show that.
It should be a back.
Right, but even we looking at the film, like this is MAZI his first year. This is probably this rep right here is probably one of the only ones he won against Dickerson.
Because Dickerson is much stronger than him right now.
And you see Mazi talking trash, but it's like when Mazi's rookie year, he had to lose all that weight. You had a theme change. He hurt his shoulder. That's what That's what Big Sarge was saying. Mazi hurt his shoulder, so Mazi didn't even get a lot of snaps this game. I think that's probably the last snap, if I'm not mistaken.
Which we were supposed to do too, because we had Osa and we had a Hankins, which I love.
Right. We had Osa, we had Hankins, so we hardly played Mazi this game. Yeah, this is the second to last snap. Mazi only played like 10 or 15 plays. So this is Mazi his rookie year. Now I'm gonna show Mazi his fourth. Last year. But go ahead,
Bobby. Yeah, Bobby. Please pay attention right here. This is please. I want your undivided attention right here when she shows you this, because you saw how Landon Dickerson was handling him with one hand, and you were saying about his get off. I'm gonna teach you something. It's not. His get off is actually pretty good. I know you can't see it because he's big and heavy, and it's not gonna look the same as Osa and Mike. It's not gonna look pretty. But please pay attention. Also, you talk about he gets overpowered on double teams. Overpowered? I'm an offensive lineman. If we're overpowering somebody, that means we're taking his ass like 5 yards. So count how many times did they blow him off from 5 yards? Okay, because if he's not getting blown out 5 yards, he's not getting overpowered.
Right.
And Okoye said it perfectly.
Say that again, Lou. You said if you're not getting blown 5 yards off ball, you're not getting overpowered. That what you said?
Yeah. That's
because some people seem to think that if a player gets moved a yard or 2 yards off ball, he got beat off the ball. You know what I'm saying? He got dominated there. He lost the rip, and I'm like, no.
Bobby, I appreciate you watching, because let me say the one. Okoye said it perfect. Mazi is so strong. Bobby, you have to double team Mazi. That's how strong Mazi is. Actually, you have to double team him because he's gonna whoop the one-on-one block.
Now let's look at Mazi. Let's look at Mazi. This is Mazi.
Hey, put the end zone. Put the end zone only. You know we love it. End zone only.
How can I put it on end zone only where it won't keep going back?
Oh, go back. Let me show you.
Hold on. Let me pause it.
Minimize it.
Yeah, I'm minimizing it.
Go. Mm-hmm. You see that little film thing right next to sideline?
Yeah.
Right next to click
that.
Oh,
right here. Oh, okay. There we go.
Yeah, uncheck sideline.
And just do end zone. Okay.
Sideline for the little people.
So right, you crazy, Lou. So this is Mazi's film. This is the last game that we played versus Philly, and this is how Mazi looked in this game. Or is it the first? This might have been the first game. I think this is the first game because this is week 10. Should I go to the last game? Let me go to the last game.
You can show either one.
Or we can show both of them.
Yeah. His first games of his second year was a struggle because he was coming off the shoulder surgery. As he got his strength back around that last back, he started playing even better, I think. And I don't go by PF. If whoever out there go by PFF status, I think he was rating 70 on run, which 70 for a defensive lineman is outstanding.
Yeah. Right. So even looking at this play, like people say, "Oh, Mazi he kind of got pushed off the ball." It's like the play.
Once the play goes the other way, he's in full pursuit mode. We don't care about what he's doing vertical now. He's in pursuit mode.
He's in pursuit mode because the ball is going the other way.
Pursuit off right there. That is not how you evaluate the D tackle.
Run that play back again, Star.
Run it back.
Run that play back again.
Okay, hold on. Let me exit out.
That one, the same play.
They gotta get a feature in here where we can like click it like from I don't know. Like,
right from the big because you had to keep going small. But yeah, I'll show it again. Okay, here you go, Coach.
Hire me, NFL.
NFL got to do better.
Mazi does a great job, but hold on, pause right there. I want y'all to watch your defensive backs and your linebackers and how slow they attack the run. and they don't
because
the linebacker, the play done went in this time. 1, 2, 3. The linebacker ain't moved yet. 1, 2. It's been everybody else blocking double team.
Well, Coach,
he hadn't moved yet.
Coach, with all due respect, this is an RPO. I think that was the game plan.
So I think they had to freeze.
They got
Listen here. His job is RPO ain't going to affect him.
Who?
He run first. Ain't no receiver in his area. He ain't worried about pass.
Who? Talking about 50?
What's behind him?
Goddard's gonna slip. Goddard's gonna slip.
Double team here, double team there. He hadn't moved. Now watch. Ball goes in. Watch it. Everybody else is still 10 yards off the ball.
Right.
Everybody else is down the field blocking. They 2 yards down the field.
I do want them attacking just back.
I feel like Kendrick could have definitely attacked more.
Attacking right here, yeah. But I think that what we're preaching right here is the RPO. The RPO holds a linebacker.
Right, because
that's
you don't know.
That's the beauty of the RPO.
Right, and that clearly. Mm-hmm.
Regardless of the RPO or not, your first read is the lineman.
It should, yeah.
2 yards down, right? Damn the RPO.
You're right.
That's your first read.
One step.
See, we get into this thing. We reading the quarterback. You read the offensive line. If they done came off the ball, the RPO is done. You already know what it is.
Right.
They did no pass setting.
Right.
They ain't got no receivers, and then there was no receivers that could threaten you.
I think no
receivers could threaten you.
I think
in the middle of the field.
No, I'm saying I think there's because of their play when Goddard can slip by and run like a streak. That's the RPO. Because Goddard is gonna fake the zone, right? And then he's gonna slip past. You know what I'm saying? And because that's what they're reading this weak side linebacker. That's the whole read. And it's probably a bubble right here on the flats. You know what I'm saying?
They're reading the weak side linebacker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this when this, like you said, they're reading Goddard and they say Goddard is straight by. But Goddard's in a full-fledged block. You can Ray Charles can see that. Ray Charles can see that. If I read keys, I can see that in front of my face.
Yeah,
that ain't no pass set. He in a full-fledged block.
Right. Your first step. You're right. The linebacker first step is all the way forward. You're right.
Playing fast. They say linebackers play what? Run first. That's what the philosophy we was getting in earlier about. They want to deal with the pass. They want to be in place for the pass, and we may be in place for the run. If we do that, we'll react fast, but we'll be slow that run, and it hurts us.
No, Todd Church in the RPO, the O line is in RPO. We're taught to run block. We run block no matter what. So this is why it's on the court. It's the mesh point is the most important on the RPO. So if we get caught for a lineman down the field, that's on the quarterback. His ass should have threw the ball by now. You know what I'm saying? So that's the beauty of the RPO. We're in a full run action to sell.
And one thing about Jalen Hurts with his RPO thing, and I'm gonna say this right quick. You know how many times Jalen Hurts took the ball and came out and threw the ball in RPOs? Probably 1 out of every 15 plays if he does that.
Yeah,
I'm sitting in the kitchen. I'm sitting in the house.
He never really throws. He never really throws on an RPO like almost ever.
Probably versus a very good running team.
Right.
That's the wrinkle.
He gonna fake it or he gonna run it. That's pretty much it.
Run it himself. There you go.
Exactly. I don't think I've ever seen him, but even this play, I want to show. Because remember last year, MAZI was getting handled by Dickerson. Remember, Dickerson was handling MAZI with one hand. Right?
That's a win for the defense too. People Hurts is look. One thing for a defense, one thing you don't want for a running quarterback is to exit through the big gap. We need him to exit out back. That's the thing. So. I mean, I wish we could have a spy, but See,
what happened to my stream?
That's the beauty of MAZI doing his job right there. How you stop dual threat quarterbacks is you pressure in their face and make them exit out the back door. So
it
keep messing. I don't know why it's doing that, but this was a
2 years ago,
basically a run stop here.
When Dak had his great game against Philly that year, and they lost the game because couldn't get the last drive. But know why he dominated that game? Because he can get out the B gap. Every play he can get out the B gap.
Yep.
And that frustrated.
That was on Osa. You saw that was a no-no. Hurts got the exit out the B gap and got a free 15 because
we can go
Osa
back
was
to
rushing
it.
Wild. Yeah, Osa was rushing wild.
Osa rushing wild. Let's go back to it.
Now maintaining the leverage right here. And we in this wide ass 9. God dog.
Well, I don't know. MAZI's pushing Jurgen straight back. Osa's crashing in, and he's not supposed to be doing that. Well, he just got straight. Osa just got shaken. Yes, this is what I told
He
y'all.
lost his footing. He really beat Becton.
Okay, he lost his footing. Okay, it looked like he got pushed.
When you block him 1-on-1, what happens? That's Jurgens. That's the Kelsey. That's the Kelsey.
The Kelsey replacement.
Oh, the Kelsey torchbearer right there. Well, when you don't block him, when you don't double him, what does he do? Jurgens never had him.
Nope.
Oh, you know what?
Makes the tackle.
You know what Saquon said? Like, oh damn. Oh,
we're not saying that MAZI is perfect, but what we are saying is that MAZI showed massive improvement, because to me this film looks way better than what it looked his rookie year.
1-on-1.
1-on-1.
1-on-1. What happens when you block him 1-on-1? Hey,
y'all, these are back-to-back plays. I swear, I'm not skipping plays. These are just back-to-back plays.
This is the pure film. Pure film. This ain't cut up. This ain't me. You know, throw a little extra on. This is raw. This is the raw media, right? I mean, raw. What's the name right here, man?
This is raw film. This is the
original film.
No cut-ups, no splices. This is just play after play.
I know. How did you miss that play? You probably got your second play around this play right here. That's what you did. You got your second play. Me too. I understand it.
Exactly. Like a lot of people, like people actually didn't watch MAZI this year. That's what I'm convinced of. We didn't watch MAZI this year.
You know what narratives are, starring Lou. You know what narratives are. If our team last year would have went to the playoffs and went 12-5 and went to the NFC Championship game, MAZI could have had the exact same season. Everybody be talking about how great it was. Sometimes we got to stop putting the emphasis on what the team success is all on one player, like they do Dak. If they don't get to the Super Bowl, Dak must be horrible.
Right.
If they don't get to the run defense, don't play well,
MAZI
is hard, because that's we're gonna pick on MAZI, and that's when that. Now, guess what? When Michael Parsons, I'm glad y'all tagged Michael Parsons. When Michael Parsons gets signed that contract, guess what our whole fan base gonna do? If we don't stop the run or we don't get a sack in the game, he's horrible.
Yep.
That's how it's going.
Couldn't have paid him. Paid him all that money. We paid him all that money.
Chorus like angry.
All these people Michael, change their expectation of you, Michael, when you sign for $43 million in APY a year, 44 million. They're going to change their expectations of you, and it's going to go through the roof, and some of them going to be unrealistic, and that's how it is. So we have to really judge like y'all have doing, like Stars doing, like Lewis doing. We need to evaluate the whole in defense, and then we'll find some weak links out there that we can start talking about.
Another tackle by MAZI.
And I guess we do it like the new way of getting players is for us to do, like, watch film, and whoever we see not doing their job, point it out. They don't like when you put them on Front Street in commentary.
Right there.
Please let me know what was the double teams wasn't doing. They tried to double team MAZI here. He got off the block, made the tackle.
See it right there.
Nope.
That's on me. That's on over. That's on Overshown, and I love the effort by Overshown. Go ahead. Oh, my bad.
MAZI gets
watch your linebacker help
so they both make
that play.
Talking about Overshown?
So that's how he help his defense play. He saw it and he forced it.
He beat
now, he might not make the play. He could have made a greater play if he had made the tackle. But him forcing it, threw the rhythm off of it, and now
MAZI made the tackle.
And look out!
They're blocking it back. Yeah.
MAZI made the tackle here. He actually he trips up his.
I'm not gonna wait for me. I'm gone.
Yeah,
you ain't gonna come over me.
You got to shoot out like a cannon if you're the linebacker, especially in this team.
He ain't worried about no RPO. He ain't worried about none of that.
Osa's getting moved. Yeah, Osa's getting moved. I know that's Lane Johnson. You know what I'm saying? But look, the whole run is behind Osa.
That's not acceptable, Osa. But thank God for MAZI and Overshown for making this tackle here.
Say thank you, Maris.
Say thank you, MAZI. Thank you, MAZI. Thank you, Overshown. Jeez. But y'all don't say this about 2 times. But y'all don't say nothing about Osa. but y'all want to keep ragging on MAZI. But anyway, I think that's good enough. Like, we was able to see MAZI has massively improved. You know what I'm saying? He is massively improved. I could show all his film, but we ain't got time for that. I'm trying to get off too. But anyway, y'all saw the improvement. Y'all saw what MAZI looked like, and you saw it was almost every other clip he was making plays or affecting the play. Every other play. So he not only slightly improved, people say, oh, he kind of improved. It was slightly better. No, it was night and day better than what his rookie year compared to his sophomore year was night and day better. And we're banking on that his third year, now that he's stronger, now that he's not having a rehab, the whole off season and coming back from shoulder surgery, that he should be looking very good his third year. We're just trying to, which I want to transition to my last topic, is who should we add to the D tackle room? Who should we add to the D tackle room? Because clearly we have MAZI. We see MAZI has improved, but we know in this scheme that Flus is running, it's heavy rotation. Just like it was, like Coach said, this is going to look a lot of like Dan Quinn's scheme. So it was a lot of heavy rotation. They're moving guys in and out because they want you to play with your lungs on fire and all of this type of stuff. So who should we add? Well, I guess that's a better question. Should we add to the DT room? And if so, at this point, what are names that we can add to the DT room?
I think we should look to, because I want to limit Toya's reps because he's a rookie. I feel like he does have a role in this defense, but as you saw with the preseason, he's going to have to work on his conditioning a lot. This NFL conditioning is completely different, and we saw the full workload even versus just lower caliber competition. And I saw somebody that was trying to get through the rep, and I can't have that mentality on my defense at all, especially with the heavy rotation. Also, I don't want certain people that people been hyping up with the clips. Saw it on film, 4K. Can't sell me on it no more. I don't want to see Perrion Winfrey ever in a damn A-gap. I don't want to see Solomon Thomas. I didn't see him, but Perrion Winfrey, he's probably his long lost light-skinned cousin. I don't want to see him in the A-gap either. But I know we're gonna interchange. I don't want to see too much of it, because the whole idea is of me trying to run away from somebody inside the trenches. Wrong idea. That's not helping out anybody that's running away from the fight. So I think we need to add to this room, whether it be somebody better than MAZI. If you do that, that's even better. I mean, in my opinion, or somebody on the same level as MAZI to take away from the workload. But more importantly, limit Toya. Who am I? Right.
Limit
Toya with all costs. I got 3. I just made a video with 3 people. I'm blanking on his names. The first guy. Well, I'll start with the one I really like. His name is Devon Godshow.
Okay.
Chea show, as in like
Devon
go.
Godshow.
Yeah, like from the Louisiana people be doing. Go. They spell like that.
Yeah.
But I really love this film. I was looking for really people who come from gritty mentality defenses that can come and bring that to our defense with also being the ability. So I think Godshow, he's very stout on the point of attack. I think what Eberflus is doing right now, it is his scheme, but I don't think the scheme up front is his. I think that's my conspiracy. I think he's, making spaghetti with the Alfredo sauce, like as I called it, like, what I'm saying? That's what he's doing, having them be finesse and shoot gaps and everything like that, because that's not what he did up front with Indianapolis or with Chicago. So I want to give him somebody. I want him. If we can give him 2 stouts, maybe he change it back with Godshow. I really like Godshow, Devon Godshow. Like, he's very stout on the point of attack. He just got paid $1 million cap hit for this year. Next year it jumps to $7 million. I know that scares you, Stephen Jones. Get over it, and then it goes right back down to $1 million on 2027. Also, shout out to my subscribers. They was trying to give me a guy in Tim Settle Jr. who fits right now. He's the backup nose tackle for the Houston. As we know, Houston and their coach, like I said, another gritty mentality, another guy that's gonna come in and sure up those reps and everything like that. Be a rotation piece, be a vet to come coach up, to tell MAZI to get off his phone, to tell Toia to get off his phone and to
Yep.
get up and go out there and work. I feel like he is going to be that. Come in.
He
He's
had
on the
great
expiring-
production. Great
got
production.
great production. He's on an expiring deal. Only $4 million cap hit. $4 million, Steven. I'm at your front door. No,
Steven, are you listening?
Are you listening?
Are you listening, Steven?
And my last guy's a former Longhorn. I got to throw me a Longhorn in. It's Malcolm Roach from Denver, and we know Denver and their defense and their mentality. He's over there. He's only 6'3", 295, but when I say he's strong as an ox, he is strong as an ox. He is smaller than the 3-tech, and he's actually the one anchored everything inside of him, and he has a motor in him, and he's talking, and he's a great vet. I feel like he's that mentality that can come. I think he'll come in, he'll get on Mike's ass. You know what I'm saying? He'll come over there, he'll get on Osa's ass, like, because he's that unafraid. And I think I love God's show, but Steven, if you can give me somebody, please, hey, go give me Malcolm Roach, because Malcolm Roach got a motor that is contagious. You know what I'm saying? And I think he'd be the perfect, mentor / hard hat guy to bring in as a rotation piece. Oh yeah, only expiring $4.25 million cap hit.
Cap hit. So y'all heard it. We said Malcolm Roach, Devon Godcho, or Tim Settle. Tim Settle Jr. are 3 names that are affordable that we think that we should add to the DT room. But what do you think, Coach?
I think and all these guys probably signed, so it's going to take a trade. And if you're looking for someone, you probably you're going to probably overpay for them, because that's how people trade with the Cowboys. Yeah, you're going to they're probably going to overpay. But let me say this, man. If we are judging a guy off his first preseason game about how he's not going to contribute, then Lou probably wouldn't be playing football. No, we probably would have left his career. I probably would have been done my first game out. It's for a whole lot of us that probably would have never played football for long if we got judged that harshly on our first game at another level. Mm-hmm. That would be that's one. 2, we got it. I understand where we're going, but I can tell you this: in this league, if guys are giving up guys that's in their defensive line, right? Mm-hmm. There's a hiccup with them. There's a hiccup somewhere with them. They ain't just giving up. Big guys are not just giving up freely, just for no reason, saying that.
That's true.
Oh,
that's true.
You can't find no place for the play. Yeah. So that's it. And I think we didn't even see our people. We didn't even see our MAZI played a couple of plays. Yeah. But this defensive line, we didn't even see none of the guys in the first 1 or 2 strings in the defensive line. These guys that you saw the other day may get 10 plays if. Now, yes, I understand we need to bring in but one thing about bringing in a veteran player, if you bring a veteran player in, you're not gonna bring him to sit, and you can't stash him. You ain't gonna be able to sit. Some of them ain't gonna deal with no 5 or 6 plays and whatever. You know, that's just how it is. They can maybe do this, but you gotta find who's gonna fit the room more than you gotta find out. Because right now you're not gonna get that great player that's with that 5-star player. You're gonna have to get guys now
that's true
gonna fit the locker room.
Yeah. That's true. Like that's
what I want to see.
Yeah, go ahead, Coach.
I want to see. I want to see how better. I remember Osa playing his first game when him and Michael Parsons came out. I remember how it didn't look good. And I remember, if anybody knows on the live screen, Boss can tell you this, we were doing live screens then. And every week he got better. Every week he got better. Next thing we know, he was starting as a 3rd round draft pick. Again, I tell y'all, watch other teams. I guarantee you see the same stuff around the league, and guys gonna have rookie guys playing good minutes for them. Watch what I tell you. Watch the other
Coach, you promised me.
And do not
hold on, Coach. You promised me.
Don't get it.
Coach, you promised me. Coach, you promised me. You said it. Coach, you promised me. You said if the D line get to camp and they getting whooped by the O line, you said it's time to shake it up because we at this point we are compromising the swords, the metaphorical swords. I think we need to look at it because I think Toia. I'm not saying Toia is not going to be nothing. I want to keep Toia. I don't want to get rid of him.
Right, we want to keep Toia.
But coach,
we want to limit his. We want him to give us good minutes.
Coach, I ain't saying good enough.
50%.
Coach, I'm asking Coach.
Tell me what team in the
gave up, Coach.
Have their third string is going to be dominant. Tell me how many teams in the third two.
He got to dominate the fourth string on the opposite side, Coach. He got to dominate the fourth string on the opposite side. He went going against the Rams. The one.
Exactly.
He's playing against the same.
No, that was
you got backup strings.
The Willie
Lansky backup center.
Willie Lansky is the backup
center.
And what's Toy? And Toy is the third string on our defensive line.
So I don't want you getting whooped by him. I don't want you getting.
Don't get whooped. Don't get whooped. You can lose.
Same level.
You can lose, but you can't just get whooped.
Coach, I'm not even, Coach. I don't even want to bench him off ability, Coach. I'm taking your I want to bench him.
I don't want to bench. I don't want to bench him.
I said conditioning.
So you saying that they ain't gonna? They can't. Their first game out the box, even though they're third string, they supposed to be dominant. Look, I know you ain't saying that. You saying that they supposed to be dominant. They supposed to be dominant, right?
Coach,
no.
Coach,
he didn't get no win.
The Heat. No, I'm saying what? I mean,
did he get some wins?
No. He got two.
He got two.
He got two. He got two.
Coach, y'all hit that like button. Be sure to hit the like button.
Coach, you a coach. They turned it up. Coach, he benched MAZI. He said Toia. What you know what he said about Milton? We was gonna let Milton. Really, he did it to Toia. The whole second half, Toia was getting all the snaps. And Toia, Coach, I'm not benching Toia off ability. I'm benching him because he gave up, and he didn't give up because he ain't good enough. He gave up because he was tired.
So when if you bring this guy in, and we get one of these new next, you gonna go get another guy? That's how we gonna play it. We gonna just keep searching for guys.
No,
if they start off fast up, that's how we gonna do.
That's why I'm bringing in the vet. No, well, Coach, he ain't gonna get.
Coach, we need to treat Toia. Coach, we need to treat Toia like we treated MAZI his rookie year. You give him about 15. You give him 15 snaps a game.
Right? Horrible.
Who?
Phillips. That was Phillips.
Oh, Phillips.
But I mean, Phillips was.
But
Coach, I'm talking about.
Phillips was never.
I'm talking about a different caliber. That's why I went different with the three guys. I didn't want no journey.
We're looking for nose tackles. First of all, Phillips was a 3-tech that we just thought was gonna stop the run because he's 340 pounds. That was a mistake on the right. That was a mistake on the fan base part. But we're just trying to get somebody to come in here to rotate with MAZI, Coach. That's it. We believe in Toia. We're just saying he's a rookie, and you need to give him about 15 snaps. With the way we rotate D linemen, I don't think that Toia right now, currently in his rookie body, can hold up. I think he can hold up for 15 snaps, but I don't think he can hold up. Right.
That's why I wanted somebody else. His body's gonna fail him.
Right. It's just his body. He just got to get stronger. That's it with Toia, and work on his technique.
It's hard.
Right. Because he did get destroyed. But to be fair, they were targeting him and stuff like that. So it was a lot going on. But I want to say we need somebody to rotate with MAZI. And right now they're trying to say that the starting DTs may be Solomon and Osa. We're going to be getting ran on all day. If our DTs are Solomon and Osa on the field, they trying to make Osa be a one-tech or Solomon be a one-tech. We can't do that.
Coach, we saw the heavy rotation. The three techs was deeper.
How we see this. And listen, man, let's go back. And I say this again. When we talk about we're gonna get run on, right? I watched Jalen Carter, Cox, and Jerome Davis. Yeah. Fletcher Cox was playing. Carter. Yeah. They had Jerome and the guy that got paid. and I watched it 2 years ago get run up the middle constantly, and they had those guys. So
they
But
did.
they brought in reinforcements, coach. They
didn't bring nobody in.
Ndamukong
They
Suh.
did,
They
coach.
bring
They brought
nobody
in
in last
Sue
year.
and they brought in Linville.
They brought in
Oh,
Linville.
not last year. Not last
No,
year.
no,
No, you talking about
You
2
saying
years ago.
last year? You saying
No,
2023?
Talking about 2 years ago.
No, I'm talking about the year before they won the Super Bowl when they lost the last 5-6 games. They got
Yeah, that was 2023. You right. That's 2023.
Nobody. They ain't changed nobody from the defense, but their philosophy of how they play defense, right?
But they changed
We
the
don't
coordinators.
even know how solid that. I keep trying to tell you, this defense is not going to start off. And I was going to say that in my closing, but I'll say it now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We can close out. This
team.
could be your final word, coach. So go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not even looking for this team. I tell people this, man. Let's be one of my shows started when I first started my channel. One of my first, I think my second show, I said I'd had a show called Thirsty, right? And I talked about our fans being thirsty because I'm a thirsty fan. But thirsty can make you start thinking irrational, right? Thirsty can get you to say we need to go bring this guy in, and if he don't work out, what we gonna do that? Go get another guy. Let's go get another guy, right? But I can say this team may start out 2-3. I mean 3-2. If we 500 after the first 6 games, guess what? Playing on how we play, I'm good with that. Mm-hmm. Because I know the end game of a new coach putting this stuff in, the end game is right. But guess what our fans is? You think our fan base crazy now? We got our whole season playing on the first game against Philly. And guess what? We're at a disadvantage at that game because we're playing against a team that has been together, that has Super Bowl mojo. They know what they need to do. They've been together. But the end game is what we're trying to get to. We're trying to get this defense and this offense right, rocking and rolling the right way. And I think Schottenheimer is trying to get that across to these impatient fans, but we're thirsty. So we got to be calm about our thirst, and we got to watch to see if these guys can get better. Now, let me ask you this question. If we don't trust the guys that's coaching of what they see every day and their decision making about what they see every day, and we don't trust them, well, we might as well chalk the season up already because it's going to be a fail. Well, so when we talking about third and fourth string guys, man, listen, man, if they didn't play against third and fourth string guys, listen, all of them was out there trying to get. We saying our offensive line was better than their defensive line because we did this by whatever we want to do offensive line wise. We saying that was good because they had their fourth string guys out there.
No, I mean, it was
let these guys get better, man. Yes, if we're gonna bring a guy in, let's bring a strategical guy in. I think the Cowboys are waiting for with the new NFL. And now remember this, people. The Cowboys are not going to trade for people when the NFL changed the rules when they cut everybody at the end of the season now. In the preseason, they don't have no cut down days. That kind of messed up everybody's plan of action. That's why the general manager, the real general manager, what's his name?
McClay.
The black guy.
Will McClay.
Yeah. Will McClay said how busy this time is right now. What they're doing now is they're scanning the teams. They're looking at some of those guys that you might be talking about, Lou, because some of those guys it's going to become a numbers crunch.
Right.
And some of those guys people going to have to let go to try to slide them through to practice squads because you can't keep everybody. They want to get those in cut down plays because we got to understand we're about to get into a numbers crunch and we bring another guy in. We may be cutting the guy for a guy that may be just as mediocre, that may not have no upside or whatever. So they're going to pick up somebody, but I don't think it's going to be picked up until after the cut downs go and they'll be able to get somebody where he's been cut and then they'll have to overpay for him in the trade.
I feel you.
And then they get signed to a new contract and they ain't got to worry about that contract. So they're going to pick up somebody and they're waiting on somebody to get injured. And I hate to say this, the Cowboys are waiting on these preseason games to see if somebody going to get hurt. Because somebody going to get hurt and going to be out for the season. Somewhere down the line, somebody going to get hurt and say, oh, there's a spot. And they just, they're playing out because somebody's going to get hurt. And then we'll cut and we'll pick up somebody. But I really think that these cats can get better. Just let them play the next preseason game, and then we just don't want to be action there. Let's see if they're getting better. I think we're going to play a lot more of our second string this time. I think Solomon Thomas, I think he's going to play a lot of string. Maybe that's still our first string, but I think our second string is not going to play. I think you may have see Fowler. I think you're going to see number 94, and I think you may see Solomon Thomas play. And when you put 94 and Solomon Thomas out there, the defense is going to look better run-wise because they run defenders. And it's a difference. You ain't got to be size. You just got to have the mentality. They run defenders. You'll be better. You'll be better suited. I think these guys were just trying to find their way, man, and they'll be better.
I feel you on that. I'm just trying to get ahead of this before it gets ugly. I mean, I feel you on that. Like that's why I'm not the guys I suggested are not Jordan Phillips type. Like that was such a trade that we should have stalled from the beginning because not only somebody traded him to us, it was our rivals who traded him to us. Right. Mm-hmm. And that was a key position. It was the Giants. And they were so stacked at D tackle, they kicked them to us and they finessed us for a pick. So, and I think I'm trying, I said in the video, you know, that I did, I'm trying to be bougie with it. I'm done doing Steven's way. Steven's way does not work in this position group right here. You cannot go cheap on this position group to get quality production. I think it's important for us to do it because we saw the heavy rotation with our team on full display, even with the first string guys not playing. And with our 3-tech room being so deep, I saw Ernest Brown get out there and have heavy reps at the 3-tech. I saw the defensive end, Tyrus Wheat, get out there and have heavy reps at the 3-tech. I'm saying this, he's so far down the depth chart, he was getting heavy reps. That should show how much we're going to be substituting. And I think Jay Toia is not the third string 1-tech.
No, he's the second string.
He's the second string 1-tech.
I mean, according to the depth chart, I know it's unofficial.
I know, but he's
according to the depth chart, he's second string DT right now.
And I think that Eberflus
he was doing what Schottenheimer told you.
Yeah, I know, but
doing what Schottenheimer told you at the beginning of the training camp.
But he stress tested
them. 2 weeks that we're gonna be putting people in a lot of different positions.
Yeah, but he stress tested them. He stress tested Toia.
That's what he said.
He stress tested Toia and he failed the test miserably. Like he started getting moved at the beginning of the third quarter. That's how I knew it was all conditioning, and it's nothing he can. Of course he can improve his conditioning, but that's gonna have to grow with time. That's why I want to get rid of him. He was trying to get off the field because he was that tired. You know what I'm saying? He was that tired. I saw it physically in his face, physically in his game. He was getting uprooted by Willie Lampkin numerous times,
and they were targeting him. They
started targeting him.
So he was exhausted.
He was exhausted. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying you're right. We need to limit the rookie. He needs to have a legit 10 or 15, but we got to grade this on the curve because we see how far they rotating. So if they rotating this much, I need another guy in here. And I think those 3 guys,
they're not gonna rotate. They're not gonna rotate like that.
They're gonna rotate. Coach, they're gonna rotate. They're gonna rotate.
They got listen. They're gonna
rotate, Coach.
How many defense?
Coach, they gotta rotate.
Oh, dude, this is going to fair. Count the defensive linemen that didn't play.
Talking about like interior?
6.
I counted that.
6 all together
last game.
Because
I counted 8 last game.
No, I'm talking about that didn't play. Yeah, but the ones that didn't play because you're only going to catch 10, 11.
3? It was.
They only going to catch 11.
3?
Only 3 didn't play. I mean,
Solomon didn't play.
Solomon
and count Micah.
Actually, that was it.
Michael, Solomon Thompson, number 94.
You counted in.
94, you talking about Sam.
You're talking about everybody. You're talking about ends and DTs.
I'm talking about interior. It was only like 2. Like Osa and
only 2 in the
Osa
interior.
And Solomon.
And
they made it all the way down to Ernest Brown. Ernest Brown got reps.
who was and Ernest Brown was starting with Jay Toia. So technically,
he's an end. He's a.
I don't know why they had him in there. I'm like, what is going on?
I know he gonna get rep. No, coach. I'm not saying Ernest Brown ain't supposed to be on the field. I'm showing you how heavy the rotation, how deep they got down there.
It's heavy.
It's heavy. It's a heavy. I'm showing you how heavy the rotation is. So I'm saying if we can,
it ain't gonna be that much. Nobody rotation ain't gonna be that deep. Because Lou, they only gonna carry 10 of 11 defensive linemen. That's it. We get to the numbers game. Let's get to the numbers game. It's not gonna be no 15 defensive linemen on this team. I can best believe. I can tell you that.
Coach, that proves our argument even more. If they carrying only 10, how many of that is ends? It's gonna be at least what?
10 or 11. 6. It's maybe 11.
It's gonna be 6 D ends. 6.
11.
And that means it's 5 interior.
Yep, and 5 interior.
5. 3 techs and 2 ones. Which means who's the starter?
Who's the second one tech? It cannot be Jay. That's what I'm saying.
And listen here. And your one tech is probably gonna play in a defensive setting about 40% of the plays. Because you're gonna have a lot of passing down, but you're not gonna play.
Well, I don't know about that because with MAZI, they want MAZI pass rushing too.
Hey, I'm a count and a coach at the same time. I can give you the breakdown, and it's gonna fall right here. They gonna run. If a defense run over 70 plays, I don't care what your defense, they're gonna get beat down. They're gonna try to run between 55 to 60 plays. If they run 55 to 60 plays, and your run defense is when you setting on that is 40%, you're not talking about 30 plays. You talk about what, 28 plays?
They gonna bend it because they don't have to. They carrying 6 DNs. Some of them DNs finna play 3 tech. Already. We finna see Nealon inside. We may even see Sam Williams inside.
They're gonna play Nealon inside. They're gonna play.
And when they do that, they're gonna play
98. 98. They're gonna play him inside. Peyton Turner. They're gonna play those guys inside.
Hopefully he makes the team. I pray he makes the team.
Well, if he, good. Yeah, I actually want him to make the team because I think he could kind of be our little bit of a Chauncey replacement.
Peyton Turner, but I think he got hurt. His problem is injuries. Peyton Turner, the defensive end.
He got hurt.
He got hurt. 98.
But he finished the game. So, but I don't know what that injury looking like. But he's been hurt. He's been career hurt guy. So
he's a really flashy player.
But let me say my final words. Well, first of all, I really appreciate this was a fire show. I think this was amazing. We got great feedback. I'm like, we need to do more of these shows. So hopefully during the season, we'll do more of this. But I had such a great time today, or this evening, being with Coach Marv, being with Lou. Have personal relationships with both of them, talk on the phone and stuff like that. One time me and Coach talked on the phone for like 2 to 3 hours. I was like, Coach, man, I love it. But I appreciate the phone conversations because Coach teaches me a lot. He teaches me a lot and a lot about our history too. And like things that I should know as a young Cowboys fan. So I'm really appreciative of Coach and Lou. You guys, I forgot, can y'all plug y'all's social medias before we get out of here? I forgot to say that.
Man, I want you to plug yours. Make sure y'all go and follow these two. This is just a pleasure talking ball with them. Coach Marv, Real Talk, on Twitter, X, and on YouTube. He goes live every single day. Catch Star. Star is a hybrid channel, y'all. She talking WNBA and the Cowboys. You feel me? So definitely give Star a follow. But if you haven't, make sure to if you want to follow me, it's Lou Takes, LOU.takes, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all of that. We do this for the first, blame last. Congratulations, man.
And Coach,
listen, and fans, he tried to talk modest and try to push us out his Star. But Lou Takes, man, Lou is doing some amazing things.
In
this YouTube thing, man.
Amazing.
And his ascend just in short. I think Lou, you ain't been doing this a year, 2, it ain't been that long. Hey man, you're a rocket up. And you're gonna be one. I predict that this guy's gonna be one of our next guys that's gonna be able to get into that atmosphere where the Dallas media is calling and asking for his opinion on certain things, man. So and Star, listen, man, Star, I watch when Star comes out. I try to watch every show that she does.
Yes, bro.
Listen, when her WNBA commentator. Now, Star, I'm a basketball guy too. I love basketball too, and hopefully I will start a basketball channel as well. But her work is outstanding, man. And never sleep on the point that she always stays true to her team. Good or bad, she stays true to her team. And she doesn't have a problem with saying something bad about a player when she don't feel that they're doing right. And she's going to praise her players when they're doing it. And that's important that we want to keep that message in. And like I said, she's going to do, just like I gave you that advice to all that, I'm sure she's going to do that too. We're going to start watching other teams. And we're going to start realizing football in Dallas ain't the only football, and we ain't the only people that do kind of crazy stuff. It's happening all over the NFL.
Yeah. But I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Coach Marv and Lou, for rocking with us. Y'all make sure that y'all hit the like button. And I'll just say my final words is that, our second preseason game is tomorrow. I really hope that we play more people. I want to see the run game, us run a little bit more, and I would actually like to see MAZI get some more snaps. I feel like we only let him get like 12 snaps. I'm like, can he play or get at least 20 snaps or something? So
Right.
I just want the guys to get more because it's kind of hard too to get in a rhythm and stuff like that. So hopefully we see more players. Shotty said he gonna be moving people in and out. So I want to see. He said that. I ain't put it on him. He said we're gonna be moving people in and out. We're gonna see Booker's debut. I'm excited for that. So I'm really excited to see what we do tomorrow. And I'm glad I had this show, talking to Lou and Coach Marv, because they, of course, we're like-minded, but we're different in some ways, and so it's always good to hear different opinions and thoughts on certain topics, and not be so. Sometimes people be so tunnel vision on things, and you won't consider other things, and then you can't really grow as a person that way. So I'm really grateful for the conversation that we had. I would say, Shotty, I went off on you the other day. I've calmed down since.
Oh, I saw that. Oh,
I've
yeah.
calmed down since. I was gonna make another. I was gonna put that part out. I said, let me not do that because I was cussing him out. But Shotty,
on us crazy, Star.
I know, but Shotty, I'm really pulling for you, man, and I really want you to be a good coach. I want you to be a good. I don't want this to be a repeat of Mike McCarthy. I just don't, and I got PTSD, and I'm scared. I'll just be honest. I'm scared. People won't say it, but I'm scared that it's you saying one thing and you doing another. And I went to bat for Mike McCarthy. I love Mike McCarthy, so it hurt me when we found that Mike McCarthy was not doing what he said he wanted to do. So with Shotty, I feel the same way. And I'm a little bit less patient with you, Shotty, because you sat here since 2021. So that means you knew the landscape. Dak said he wanted you. He vouched for you as a coach because he was like, Shotty knew what he was getting into. So I need to see some difference, is what I'm saying. Like, if you knew what you was getting into, and you know the politics and the soap opera 365 that Jerry loved to do, I want to know what's your counter to that, and are you gonna stick to that? Are you gonna stick to your guns? Because we knew you was doing great things in the off season, but now it's like the season is coming, so everybody is getting anxious. Everybody's getting anxious.
And I say
so,
this.
Yeah.
I called you. Look. I think, Brian, I'm being for real. I called you a Tyrion Lannister for a reason. It was a compliment. And it's a hindrance, a curse, okay? If y'all ain't watched Game of Thrones, he was a great hand to a king, but the one thing that got in the way of Tyrion Lannister is that he'll come from that hand and he'll become a bystander. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And just trying to appease the emotions.
Trying to appease everybody. Everybody needs to be appeased. Mm-hmm.
What you did with Jesse Holly was it a bunch of you tried to appease me by trying to flex your run stuff. Shotty, I've seen it all before. I played this game, still a student of this game. You can't bullshit me, okay? If you're gonna go out there Don't tell those trigger words may work on the average fan. We are not that. We can see through it. Okay, I can see through all of that shit. Okay, you're not hiding nothing, and my expectations for you is not the same people who are falling for your trigger words. I just want you to go out there and change the culture and fight every game. That's my expectation. That's all I want. I don't the X's and O's and everything
just
like
fight.
that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I want you to fight every
That's
game.
it.
You can
That's
go 0 for 17, but if every piece of team that walk out from the Cowboy Stadium is leaving with a piece of their ass bitten off, I am happy.
That's what it's like. It's not about. It's just about shouting. Just stick to your word. That's it. If you put it out there, we want to see you stick to it. We don't want to see you like Mike. You know, we just got to do better. We just got to run the ball. We got to have 30 attempts, and you go out there pass. We had this so many little attempts. It's like, just don't lie too. Like, I don't like the lying. If you go pass it and air it out, then just say that.
Say it.
So we can all know. But don't go out there, we're going to run the ball, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and then you don't do it. That's all I'm saying. So I'm watching you closely. All right, this last thing, Coach.
Can I say this, Star?
You got it. Yeah, you can say this, then we end it. Yes, you can say this. Go ahead, Coach.
This is very important. Schottenheimer know our fans is full of BS, man. They don't want to run the ball. The majority of our fans don't want to run the football. They just want to have a reason to not to run the ball. Because if it doesn't work, they're going to crush him to death. Because listen here, how many articles they already talk about? Every time I come on there, they talk about how great our receivers is. They told that had somebody talking about we probably got the best combination of the third wide receivers in the NFL. They already set the stage to say if you don't throw the ball 60 times a game, you're not trying to win. Listen, this is what you talking about. He got to be strong. I want him to be strong with when he gets to the count that he can understand to tell his quarterback that we're gonna put it on this team. But listen, it's hard because the majority of our fans, we might be saying it, but let's be honest, Star. Let's be honest, Lou. If I was to say 100%, 85% of our fan base want us to chuck it in the air, and they don't care if we can stop the run the ball because they want to be exciting, because they want to be what Jerry Jones said we are. We are an exciting event. That football team, we are an exciting event. And those two things don't count. He has to get this to believe that we are a tough-minded football team. And damn what Jerry them doing. And that's hard because you got to keep that locker room in play because this is a different breed of job. This is like Joe Clark teaching in Lean on Me. Just like that's what this is. You got to be extreme.
Right. I agree. You got to be extreme. You got to be tough.
That's the perfect algorithm.
That's the perfect.
To be able to be successful. Jesse Holland was, yeah. Jesse Holland asked that question. But Jesse Holland, he a receiver guy. He talking about run the ball. But if Pickens and Lamb don't get enough targets in the game and we ran the ball, we lost by a point, he'll be the first one on the team saying, man, we got to get them guys more targets. We got to get them more balls. I guarantee you this. Watch that.
That's true. A lot of what the media is to be real controversy. I agree with that. But I appreciate. Thank you so much to everybody in the chat. Y'all stay for the outro because that's where all my social medias are. Unfortunately, I couldn't just streamline my social media, so y'all stay for the outro. But thank y'all so much. Y'all have a good night, and hopefully we're gonna do this sometime again, guys. I don't know when, but I'm gonna make sure we get together and do it again. Thank y'all so much for y'all support, and y'all have a good night. Peace.